Check 1 2 1 2. We are live right now, everybody. Baby. Feels good, man. There we go, right there. Bob, how's everybody feeling today, man? How's everybody feeling? Rick, how you feeling, man?
Because you already know, feeling great, dog. Having a good day today. So, you know, with that being said, I'm happy to be here, dog.
How does it? Yeah, it feels good to be back in the seat, baby.
Facts, you know. We got my little spot back right here.
Yeah, so. we ain't turned the camera on since, dog. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely.
Shit, it feels good, dog. Back, you know what I mean? Salute everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nothing but love.
Absolutely, guys. I want you guys to run them likes up. Appreciate you guys tapping in. Is it hot in here or am I tripping?
It's a little hot.
It's hot, huh?
Yeah.
I need to send a little fucking text message over real quick. You can leave that off, brother. That's not going to make a difference. Just crack the door, yeah?
The little text reminder, hey, we're here. Let's get this AC pumping.
Oh, wrong one. Sorry about that.
Send a little shout out to my boy right there.
Yeah.
Say what's up, Dad. That's right.
All right, everybody. Hey, we got a banger for you, right? This is probably, I'll say, this is the bread and butter of hood stocks. I mean, when we got the good fellas coming from the streets to share their testimony, share their journeys, man. I mean, this is the way we started hood stocks. So with that said, I want everybody to give a warm welcome for my G, Puppet, Echo Park. Let's go, baby. Hey. How you doing, doggy?
I'm doing all right, homeboy. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you so much, brother, for pulling up, man. You know,
appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely. And so we had Vero from Echo Park.
That's right. My homegirl.
Homegirl, yours, right?
Yeah.
And you guys have three things in common, probably. I'd say two things in common. One of them being from the same neighborhood.
That's right.
And the second thing is you guys were a part of something very iconic out your neighborhood.
That's right.
And that is
Mi Vida Loca.
Yes, yeah. You were in that movie.
Yes, sir.
And you had talking parts in that movie.
I did have talking parts. Allison hooked me up in a way of I had no idea. She plugged me in with being a wardrobe consultant, script consultant, and then she gave me my actual character.
How old were you at that time that you're taking on this type of something that wardrobe consultant? I mean, it's obviously everything you know, right?
And it wasn't. Because I said, what the fuck's a wardrobe consultant? Yeah. What does that mean? How does that work? You know what I'm saying? Even when she gave me the prompts for script consultant, I said, well, again, at that time, I had no idea the gift that she gave me. I got a SAG card. I was getting residuals. You know, I had a lot of things going on, and at the same time, I didn't even know what the fuck to do with it. You know what I mean? But it happened. It was she said, I need to dress these guys, and I want them to look authentic, genuine. And I said, okay, let's push on over to Greenspans and let's get this done.
Hey,
took her straight to the spot. You know what I mean? And that's what we did. Huh? Oh yeah, straight out the shoot. So we did that. But it's funny because Mi Vida Loca was actually a script that she had got done, and I was about 16. And we had noticed her, like I said, she was a gabacho. This is before the gentrification. So she was walking around pretty much how Beto was saying, with a big old flower in her hair and boots and summer dresses back then at those times.
Was she cute?
Yeah. Were you and
the homies talking about like, hey, dog, I hit that shit?
Oh, hey, you know what we do. You know what we talk. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But at the end of the day, too, homies was like, this broad was probably a fucking pig. You know what I mean? They didn't know either. You know what I mean? We're all paranoid. We're sitting up there. We're doing what we're doing. People are making money, and it came to the point where they wanted to rob her. She pushes up on us at the liquor store. She says, I would like to record you guys talking if you don't mind. And we all looked at each other like, what the fuck you mean? You want to record us talking? Like, nah, that's not happening. What do you mean? And she says, well, I'm putting together the script, and I don't know the language, the lingo, and I'm trying to be accurate, and this, that, and the other. And so back then is when we had pagers. We didn't have phones. If you had a phone, you was balling. You had them big old block fucking phones, right?
Yeah.
So she says, the homies, as this conversation is happening, the little homies on the side, they're over there plotting. my homie Beaver and my homie Cricks over there talking about let's fucking rob her, fool. Let's rob her. I'm like, nah, she's, and then it went from let's rob her to she's a cop, and I said, no, dude, we're not gonna do all that. He said, well, if she's not a hooter, then tell her to buy some fucking beer.
Yeah.
So I said, well, fuck it. That's a cool medium. You know what I mean? Hey,
yeah.
See, what's up? Can you get the fella some pisto? And she says, I could do that. So she goes in, she grabs a case, and so we said that's not enough. She says, we tell him, would you have a beer with us? And she says, oh no, I'm a recovering addict. You know what I mean? I said, oh, all right, whatever. So we settled with the beer. We exchanged the numbers, and boom, it went on its way after that.
So do you think that is the initial point of contact with her and Echo Park?
It was for us as far as the homies, you know, as far as what Vero was talking about. That was again on their end. For us, the gentleman, that pretty much was.
Wow.
Yeah, that pretty much was. And after that, like I said, she reached out maybe a couple weeks afterwards, hit me on a page, and she was like, hey, I talked to one of your other little homegirls, and if you guys don't mind, come to the house. I got a script. I want you guys to read through. So I was actually reading for Ernesto. So she had it in her head that she was going to cast me as Ernesto. And this was right before I got shot. I was 16, turning 17. And then I got shot 17, turning 18 when I lost my arm. I was right-handed. So anyways, when that happened, she was pushing the script. Nobody wanted to take it. And HBO was like, if you got something else, shoot that and let's try something. So she had Gas, Food, and Lodging. And Gas, Food, and Lodging is with Jacob Vargas, who ended up being the lead character. And she went out to Demi, New Mexico. And again, the character he's from the wrong side of the tracks. He's a homie. He's trying to hook up with this little white girl. And, that's the little storyline. So she says, hey, would you come out to Demi, New Mexico and dress this guy and teach him how to fucking walk and talk? And I said, again, it's fucking foreign, you know what I mean? I'm 17, 18. What do you mean? How do you teach somebody that? Like, by now, if they're, there's something wrong with them, they can't walk and talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, so I went out there and I did it, and they liked it, and that's when they gave her the feria for fucking Mi Vida Loca. They said,
Let's go, baby.
Just do that.
Damn, I love the backstory of things, bro. Yeah. It's so important the way just everything in life develops. It starts from, a seed, and you fertilize it and it grows, right? And
absolutely.
And just talk about you being 16 years old and just kind of like, hitting a little winning lottery ticket, so to speak, in life, right?
Again, you really don't know what you have because you're in the hood, homies. You're living whatever's happening right then and there. You know what I mean? So you don't really. Every moment is just a moment. You know what I mean? It's just a second. It's a blip, and it's fucking fart in the wind. It's gone. You know what I mean? 1 minute it's there, the next minute it's gone.
Depending on who lays that fart.
Some motherfucker got a hang time, right? You know what I mean? Real sticky, icky shit. You know what I mean? But again, that's pretty much how we were doing it. So again, I didn't really pay too much attention to it. Matter of fact, when Mi Vida Loca came out, she said, "Hey, I only got so many tickets." And I was like, no, fuck that, man. I want all the homies need to go. If all the homies can't go, I ain't going. And she's like, well, look, I got tickets for you, maybe one other, and blah, 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 and so on. So I was like, man, fuck this. This is bullshit. I ain't going to go. And I didn't go. I didn't go the fucking opening night like an asshole. Meanwhile, a bunch of homies ended up going. Yeah. And I was like, hey, it is what it is, man. But
you were getting bougie, a little bougie.
Yeah.
I mean, like I am the wardrobe.
No. Hey, that's it. No, script consultant. That's right. I had my own fucking trailer. Hey, I was the only one with a fucking trailer. Fucking A.
Hey, let's go.
Put some shit. Put some on that my name.
Put some respect on my name. You know what I mean? That is fucking. That's bro.
Yeah.
This is a question I wanted to ask you when she was talking about taking you to New Mexico in order to get funding for the movie, right? I mean, is she making a deal with you, or does she tell you like, hey, can I talk to your parents? I mean, how does that work?
Oh no, I mean, back then,
it's different, huh?
I mean, we're talking about the '90s, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, most of us in this room know, 15, 16, 17. We're doing what we do, and we're doing grown folk shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My mom, she's a single mom. She's at the bar working. This is before she got blessed to work with RTD, MTA.
Yeah.
And so, the streets, I was just running the streets. I was doing my own thing. So I'm there's times I'm not coming home for a few days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe a week or so. So it's just, I kind of tossed to my mom. My mom was like, "Oh, is that right? Okay, you're gonna do that? Okay, all right, cool. You know, maybe be careful." You know what I mean? And she spoke with Allison though. She did speak with her, but it wasn't like you know, you would think, you know what I mean, you're gonna sign these contracts and you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, and it really wasn't all that.
Let's speak a little bit on the your trip to New Mexico. Like, how cool was that, bro? Like, what you know what I mean? Like, they're taking this dude right out the hood, right? Like, you probably at this point in time in your life, you know nothing but the hood.
Well, I was born in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay.
And I came out here as a baby. We lived over there in the projects in Liso Village, and so I mean, you know, family lived in Florida. My peeps scattered all over the place. You know what I mean? And mom's, you know, she was working at the bar selling dope, doing dope. You know what I mean? And so whenever she was slipping or things weren't going too right, I'd go, hey, you're gonna go with your tia for the summer. You're gonna go with your uncle.
Okay.
So you know what I mean? I had been moving around. Okay. But I had never been to no place like Deming, New Mexico.
Yeah. And
this is all they got, the strip. They even had fucking places you could still tie your horses to.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a fucking trip going over there, man. Talking about way back in time, Holmes, it really, really was. And as a matter of fact, when we did the rap party for that, I went out there with the cassettes. I had my cassettes. So I had all my jams, Rick James and some funk. You know what I mean? So they had their DJ for the party. They had it at a farm, like a farmhouse, a corral.
Nice.
And they're playing these jams, and I was like, "Hey man, why don't you throw this on? Throw this on." You know what I mean? Sure enough, had all the white people fucking moving and grooving. We were fucking rocking out some Rick James. It was a good time. But I had my own hotel room. I went for about 2-3 days. Again, if you sneezed, you would have missed me in the scene. She had me real quick in the scene as a background. We went to this
in that New Mexico movie
in Deming, New Mexico for the gas, food, and lodging. We actually went to a spot where they sold cowboy wear. You know what I mean? But they had Dickies. Everywhere got Dickies. You know what I mean? They had Levi's.
The work pants, yeah.
So you know what I mean? It was as easy as that. You know what I mean? I grabbed a white shirt, some Dickies, and vámonos. You know what I mean? Nice. And then, you know, talk to them a little bit, and it was a trip. You know what I mean? Because what we look at as normal growing up in the hood. There's cats who look like us who don't know nothing about the hood, and he would happen to be one of those. Yeah. You know what I mean? Really innocent, you know what I mean? Just all about his acting and his craft, and you know what I mean? So it was a trip working that out with him.
And how good was he to be able to pick up what you were dropping down?
Hey, I mean, he's still working now.
I want to watch that movie. What's the name of that movie again?
Gas, Food, and Lodging. They had Ione Skye in there, which was, I think, somebody from Beastie Boys' old lady. And there was another female. She came out in the Island of Dr. Moreau. She was young. She was very. I think that was Ione Skye. I could be wrong. The names. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Water was good back then.
Yes. And we ain't talking about the holy water.
Maybe holy the sun.
Yeah, that's right.
Holy the sun. Well, I just trip out when some people smoke X amount of that, and all of a sudden they think they Jesus, and they start prophetizing. And there was this dude, Ant Dog, that used to be on 50 in front of Fair Market, bro. And he'd be just like, God, he would just be reciting these scriptures, bro. But he would like make them the way he wanted to make them, bro.
Course,
but it was the PCP, bro. You know what I mean? I just said, damn, dog. It might be a
hell of a drug. Hell of a drug.
There you go.
It is a hell of a drug, dog. I'm trying to figure out how we go from here with this. How we pivot from this.
New Mexico.
Yeah, the story that you've provided. I mean, should we start from the beginning?
So I mean, from there, then you kind of fast forward to the actual doing of Mi Vida Loca, and you know what I mean. We did that again. It was something that the homies were just like, hey, I get $40 a day just to stand around. You know what I mean? We got the elotero, the everything that she said for when we had the 30-year anniversary. Everybody was utilized. The homeboys pads, everybody got fucking paid. So whether we thought the story was bullshit or not, we just looked at it as, hey, we're gonna get we're gonna get paid, we're gonna have fun. We had females, we had dope, we had it all. You know what I mean? I bought my first ride from the movie that from the pains, from the earnings of that movie. They broke me off 5 Gs.
What kind of ride you bought?
I got a 71 Impala convertible from my homeboy. With no fucking paperwork. I have no insurance. He had repossessed it from his brother-in-law for acting like an asshole. And he pulled up in it, and I was like, damn, that's a motherfucking ride right there. And he's like, yeah, I'm selling that. So what you want? He said, give me 15. I pulled up, whoop, get out my ride.
Thank you.
But,
Hell yeah.
But you got no paperwork with it.
Got no paperwork, no fucking license.
Yeah.
Hey, it was the best 15 minutes of my life.
Hey, there we go, man.
And again, it kind of goes back to, again, growing up and the things that you make priority that you know, as we get older, you know, and we go through things are not. You know what I mean? Ain't really so much. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah.
No, absolutely. And so the movie really was very beneficial. Like you said, regardless if you guys thought it was bullshit or not, you guys it was a great time in all of your lives. It helped you out at that point in all of your lives.
It helped us out, and also I ended up actually catching a case that I ended up going away for. I did about close to 13. I got busted in 96 for a case that happened in 91. 96 is when they started doing the 3 strikes. So everybody in there, for the most part, you know what I mean, is either in there for getting struck out or everybody's fighting a hobble. Yeah. That was when no walk was popping. You know what I mean? You were getting love. You wanted to, you wanted to get to CCB to get some love, and you know, it just. That's how we was living. That's how we was moving. So when I got snatched up, Allison actually came to my court and was saying, because we had gang experts, solidifying who, the players were there. And she's like, nah, he's an actor. You know what I mean? He's cool. Like, this part, because they try to use photos
from the movie?
From the movie. And she said, nah, that's from the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was just like, yeah, you see us from the movie. What do you mean? Because they're telling me, hey, what'd you do in 91 at this time? I said, man, I smoked so much PCP, I couldn't tell you what the fuck happened last week, let alone yesterday. You want, this, that, and the other. And long story short, we had a murder, 5 attempts, me and my homeboy D-Boy. And from there, we ended up getting convicted on 2 counts of attempted murder and a voluntary manslaughter. So they ended up giving us 17 years, 8 months, half time of the old, but with 2 strikes, because we took it to trial and they hung. So as opposed to coming back for the murder, they said, well, we got a deal. And I said, well, what's the fucking deal? And that's what it was. And we jumped on it. You know what I mean? We jumped right on. Never mind the fact that I didn't even do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people listening right now that are like, everyone always talking about I didn't do it.
Yeah, no.
But I mean,
but again, that falls into what was happening at that time. Look at the homie who you had the podcast with the other day, homie from Linwood. Yeah. He did how many years for something he didn't fucking do? And mind you, that dude's kids go to school with my kids right there in Echo Park. Okay. I mean, but again, the roads cross, behind the lives that the life that we lived in the areas that we lived in. You know what I mean? Again, these kind of, like anything else, they'll just kind of put you in that car, whether you belong in it or not.
Yeah, for sure. They got to get some conviction on these cases and shit.
That's it.
Was that, and obviously that was at a CCB as well.
Oh yeah. Rampart, yeah.
Yeah. And so how was it? Was that your first time going in the county jail?
That was no, I had been, as soon as I turned, I was one of those homies I watched everybody go to YA, go to camp. Watched all these little motherfuckers go in there and come out like animals. Like, what the fuck are they feeding these dudes in there? You know what I mean? They come out big old monsters. You know what I mean? Before they left, you was slapping them around, and we come back out. What the fuck, dude? Yeah. I want to go. What the fuck? You know what I mean? And but as soon as I turned 18, I started hitting that county, that revolving door. And it kept going that way till I was about 22. And that's when I caught this case.
Caught that case.
And then we went away, and then ended up making it out, man. You know what I mean? We got lucky.
How was it back then in the county jail, LA County Jail?
Back then, I mean, like I said, as soon as I turned, I was fortunate enough in the way of, and there's really nothing fortunate about going there, but I'm just saying in the way of, there was old school there. There was a lot of Fletcher. There was a lot of good Fletcher there. There was it was an older crowd. The younger dudes were far and few. You know what I mean? Us youngsters at that time, there weren't many of us. The majority were older homies.
Isn't that crazy, I mean? Bro?
Yeah.
Because I was in the county during that time, man, and it was there was a lot of like OGs.
I mean, still
doing their thing too.
Still doing their thing.
Old as fuck, but acting.
They're passing around the binky. You know what I mean? They're sitting around.
That fucking binky is crazy, bro.
It is what it is. Yeah, but that's how it was. Back then. Like I said, I got the tail end of something decent. I don't come from a neighborhood that just started yesterday. You know what I mean? Me, myself, moms. All that gangster shit, you learn that shit at home. You know what I mean? Prison don't make you. The neighborhood don't make you.
How was
you know
that? I mean? So when you're saying you learned that at home, you know, not everybody learns that at home. Some people have to step out their door and learn that on the streets. Not everybody has family members that, you know, affiliated or kind of like that.
Entrenched in the hood.
Exactly.
Right.
Thank you, Rick.
Yeah.
Right.
And so was your family like moms and pops? How was moms and pops raising you up?
My mom can't stand a gangster. She couldn't stand cholos.
Yeah.
I used to come home. I'd fucking have my little slice on the side and find them. She turned the motherfuckers into chaps quick. She just ripped them motherfuckers. There ain't gonna be no cholos in this house. You know what I mean? Hey, my mom was a money maker. She didn't like none of the homies. Everybody already knew it. You know, don't come knock on my door because my mom's gonna let you have it.
What'd she do for a living?
My mom was a bus driver at that time.
That's right, you said that.
But before she bus drive, she was the bartender at the Holloway, which is like the neighborhood Cheers. It was on Sunset across from Pioneer Market. And she used to, bartend, and she used to, do her little tranzas on the side, you know what I mean? And so what I know about, keeping your mouth shut is it starts off as innocent as my mom's working under her sister's name. She's collecting welfare under her name. And you know what I mean? And it's like, you better know when that phone rings, you better know when they say that, hey, is Ibarra available? Well, I don't know who Ibarra. You slap, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you don't know how to answer the phone, and don't pick it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what goes on in this house stays in this house. You want to stay with your mom? You like it here? Yeah, like, okay then. Don't talk about nothing. What you see here, it stays in here. It's sacred.
Absolutely.
And this is what I mean by those are the
100%.
That's the foundation. You know what I mean, of anything good. You know what I mean? And that's how I was raised. And I didn't have my pops. He was a mariachi. I was born in Chicago. He used to travel to different bars, and that's how he met my mom. My mom was bartending.
Yeah.
But he was one of them motherfucking paisas. He liked to drink. He wanted to put hands on her. So So the last one where he actually left her scars. Her brothers were like, hey, what the fuck you gonna do? You know what I mean? We keep coming, you keep going back. This is gonna be the last one. And she says, okay, don't worry. But are you sure? Yeah, all right. They went in there, fucking balled them up, got her shit, and she bounced to California. That was from Chicago.
Wow.
So yeah, but my mom's totally again. I'm the only one from my neighborhood who does it. I mean, I have a brother who's done prison time in Chicago, but he just strung out on dope.
But mom's was in a sense, like she didn't like none of the homies. She wasn't a part of none of that stuff.
No.
But she from the hood, she from the streets, she got street smarts, and she doing her thing.
And she doing her thing. So I'd be up the avenue thinking I'm being fucking Tom Slick, you know what I mean? And I'm coming home and she's like, hey, you think you fucking look cute, all fucking shermed out up there like a TTD, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? And I'd be like, what the fuck? Denying it to the end. But in my head, like, how the fuck she know? Yeah. But she knew everybody's mom. Our neighborhoods in the way of, if my mama don't know your mama, somehow, some way, we all connected. You better check IDs before you decide to take somebody down, because you never know. You might be related.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it's no different. But that's how I grew up.
Wow. Did you graduate high school or anything like that?
No. I got my GED up in New Folsom.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when you caught that case with your homies, you said it was an attempt.
It was a murder in 5 attempts.
A murder.
So
in
they
5
said it was
attempts.
2 different locations, which was why they tried to give us capital. But that's the hardest thing to prove. So right away they ended up Xing that out, and then it went from that to life without. And it was just, that's it, life without. So what's your deal? Life without. Okay, well, that's not much of a deal. I guess we got no choice.
Yeah, to fight it all the way.
So we wrote it. We wrote it all the way. And then the whole time the homie's like, hey, do you want to know who was there? I said, no, I don't want to know not one motherfucker that was there. If I get broken out, though, you best believe I want to know who's there, because it would get my package.
Exactly. Yeah, in the sense of that.
Show me some love.
There you go.
Yeah, and so back then.
And that's what happened, yeah.
I mean, that was let's just talk about it in the sense of this, like,
Sure.
For a young kid, even though, you know what I mean, like, you coming up off the streets, Echo Park, bro. I mean, the surroundings, the nature of the jungle, right? But now, we're actually in the fire with a case like this. Like, what's going through your what's going through your mind?
Nothing, like, nothing really prepares you for it. You know what I mean? You hear about it, you see homies who go through it from afar, but you just kind of, you're really not tripping on it until you're there. And when you're there, in my mind, I didn't do it. So I said, well, I'm going to get found not guilty. It's as simple as that. I'm going home. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going to happen with you, dog, but I'm going home. You know what I mean? And the homie was just like, hey. So when they said guilty, oh my God, it's like the world fucking just crumbled. You know what I mean? All my beliefs and everything fucking else, it just kind of went right out the fucking window, right down the shitter. And we were fighting our case for a minute, you know what I mean? And my crime at the time, he was like, well, you've been away for a while now, so hey, dog, I'll never forget his party words where you can't miss what you never had, right? I was like, you motherfucker, fucking hey.
And so the movie came out in what year?
The movie came out, what that shit? Oh no, like
it's 30 years.
30 years, so there you go, do the math.
94?
94.
94, okay. Yeah. And so now here you are in 96. Just to rewind it a little bit, and I apologize about going back and forth, but I wanted to ask you this. So how impactful was that movie for yourself and for the fellas around your neighborhood? Were you guys able to maybe kind of catapult yourself into having bigger aspirations in life, even though you did catch that case, but initially after the movie and it came out and it was a big movie in the neighborhoods, brother, you know what I mean?
No.
You just kept on, it was just
everybody, it was just
after the party was over, the trailers were gone, we just, hey.
Back to business, back to life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Back to reality. Back to reality. That's pretty much that's what happened. That's how we moved. Again, we had no idea, man. We and it was a trip because Allison would be like, hey, we're gonna do this, or we're gonna do that, and I was just kind of like, I'm all right, I was busy living my life at that time, trying to figure it out.
Was there any problems ever between the homegirls and the homeboys on the movie set? No, it was all love.
Homegirls are homegirls. You treat them how you treat them, and they love you, and that's it. You know what I mean? They love you or they don't. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Because the movie kind of it was written around the homegirls. And then the homeboys were in the background.
It's funny because when they filmed that movie, they filmed it backwards. So the ending of the movie was our first day of filming.
Wow.
And so they kind of hopped around. And when the females had their scenes, we weren't there. We weren't, all we knew is we showed up for our filming day.
Okay.
You show up for this, you show up for that, and and it kind of kept on moving. And but again, as far as working with the actors and them giving us, we had no idea who we were working alongside of, you know what I mean? I know, Selma Hayek, she was in there, you know what I mean?
Fucking Danny, man.
Yeah, Danny Trejo. There's some people in American,
movie,
Panchito, and all these other cats, and again, their egos, they never acted out. They never, shunned us or looked at us a certain kind of way. I know even one of the younger homies, he ended up being from the lot later on in life, and he ended up getting, I think he got washed up, or he's busted, or he's supposed to be coming home, or something along them lines. But I mean, it's just a trip how life moves when you're doing something like that. You really don't know where it's going to take you or what you're going to do with it.
Yeah.
I know when I came home, I had my aspirations, but it was like that boat already sailed a long time ago. You know what I mean?
After you did the time, you said, well, maybe I'll jump back into that.
When you come home, look, you're never home till you're in the living room. You know what I mean? So, as much as you got that date and it's there, anything could happen. I mean, and it did happen. At least, for me and a few of my crimies in there while we were there, some things that popped off. And again, we went to trial. And we beat it, and we were able to make it home. And again, so when you're, I did know this much. I knew this much. Again, prison doesn't make anybody. It just kind of refines you. You know what I mean? Whatever you are, whoever you are, it's gonna bring that. It's gonna bring that out of you. And at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I knew if I did make it home, I had to have a plan. I had to have I had to have an idea of what the fuck I was gonna do. And so my main thing was I had 3 kids at the time that I know I had to make amends with. I had to get to know. I had to start over again with, and I had to find a means and a ways to do it. Now, we ended up getting I paroled from the box. You know what I mean? Validating all that BS, and there are no re-entry programs for us back there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Back then.
Back then. You know, now, they put that R on there, and hopefully they are doing some type of
CDCR.
good work for the fellas back there.
I think they're doing great work, brother.
So, but at that time they didn't do shit for us. You know what I mean? And so you either you had it in you or you didn't, because we'd sit there and we'd watch people parole, promise the moon and the stars, not do none of the fucking things they're supposed to do, and come back doing the walk of shame. And it was just like, I don't want to be that dude. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
No, absolutely, brother. 94 movie comes out. 96, you get caught up on that murder. But you got shot in between.
I got
between that time you were shot.
Yeah, I got shot in 91.
You got shot in 91.
I got shot in 91. And that case happened in 91.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a trip.
Can you speak a little bit about that situation, because it was a very traumatic and a life-changing part of your life? Is that safe to say?
As far as the
being shot.
Oh shit, yeah, man. I mean, it was a total mind fuck, man. You figure you're born into this world with two hands. The things you take for granted, you know what I mean? You take a lot of shit for granted, you know what I mean? And so yeah, it was a big mind fuck for me. I acted out, you know what I mean? Instead of sitting on the bench, and I went even harder. You know
when you got shot, how many times did you get shot?
I got shot one time.
You got shot one time?
One time in the shoulder, but it was from close range, from the back seat to the front seat. Yeah.
It was from the back seat to the front seat. So whoever, you were in the same car with the person you got shot?
They jumped in there.
Oh, they jumped in there?
Yeah, they jumped in there. Yeah. I'll give you the whole story after, but I mean,
no, it's all good.
It was just a matter of simply put, shit broke, and when it shouldn't have. I mean,
wow.
Yeah.
So they jumped in the back seat, and I get it, brother.
In my attempt to get away, you know what I mean? And mind you, I jumped in their car.
In your attempt to get away, dude jumps in your car.
No, I jump in their car.
Oh, you jumped into their car.
I run them out of their car. You know what I mean? Yeah, but
and then the person in the back seat shot you.
No, they came back. They came back. They ran into a party, chased them out of a car into a party.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Things are going off. Things break. You know what I mean? Then they want to start popping back, and then they want to start coming, and you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna fix it. Hold on. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, your ride that brought you decided to bounce.
So now I need a ride.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna find my own way back. Yeah.
I appreciate the way you're giving us these pieces, bro, and putting it up to us to put the pieces together. Now. I mean,
right.
I think you're kind of telling us the story the way they did the movie. You know?
Yeah, there you go.
We're gonna go backwards.
There you go.
And it's all good, brother, and I respect that, and I'll put the can opener away, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? The pry bar, bro.
Like I said, I'll tell you after.
Yeah.
But
and so just on the subject, but then in the subject of the sense of this, so you get shot close range.
Yep.
You go to the hospital.
Yep.
Okay, you go to the hospital, and what exactly is happening with you?
ICU. I almost died. They hit they ended up hitting a artery, severed artery, nerves. They ended up going into my leg and kind of patching me back up. Just kind of put me back together again.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. So they put you back together.
Yeah.
And in the process of that, of having a severed artery.
Yeah.
You
I almost bled out. Yeah.
And you lost your arm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so when did you know you lost your arm? Did you know you lost your arm right as soon as you're in the hospital?
When I came out, you know what I mean? The wounds were open still. And as a result, the wounds being open, I wasn't really... I know I wanted to move my arm, and I noticed that I couldn't move it. You know what I mean? And finally, the doctors came and they told me, yeah, this is what happened. As a result,
leave that over there. Homie can sit over there, bro. Bro, don't move that. Watch out with that. Yeah. Let's not do that. Sorry about that, bro.
Yeah. No, as a result, they said that's it. You won't be able to move your arm again. That's it. You won't be able to throw a football. You won't be able to comb your hair.
Yeah.
Just like that. They dropped it on me just like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. And so when you got out of the hospital, bro, you had to fucking just learn everything.
I just started writing. That's the first thing I started doing. Just started writing. I had a book of like a drawing book, and I would just write. And that's from there. You know what I mean? I ended up learning all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? You have to. You know what I mean? I didn't want people, tying my shoes and cutting up my food, and just like I say, there's a lot of shit you take for granted that you do with two hands. That it's a puzzle, and how you're gonna figure out how to do it with one.
So you have absolutely no physical movement of that arm.
No, it was worse. I have limited movement, but but when I first got, because they did a follow-up surgery, which was nerves.
Yeah,
they grafted some nerves into my arm, which gave me a little bit more mobility. But as far as the hand goes, no. They
have those stem cells. Have you looked
into it? Yeah, I've looked into it. I've looked into a lot of different things. I was even trying to get them to even just give me a prosthetic. You know what I mean? Because I know they have like I said, technology is a motherfucker. You know what I mean? But nothing yet.
And so then when you caught that murder, you're going in with just one arm then.
Yep.
And how is that being in such a fucking crazy environment, right? And talking about back then, we talking 96, right?
Well, I mean, we're rioting in the county. You know how it goes back then?
Yeah.
It was constantly rocking. You know what I mean? So I'd get the old, hey, we got the old guys in the back. You know what I mean? Why don't you, can you post up with them and help take care of them? I've been like, nah, I ain't doing that. You got to find somebody else to do that, partner. My bad. And we rock and roll. And I mean, it just, like I said, you program yourself to be a different. You don't want nobody to look different at you. You don't want to be different. I never wanted to be a hindrance. I never wanted to be the person that you have to look after. Oh, that's we got to take care of the homie. No. If anything, I'll take care of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, salute you on that, brother. I like that. Yeah, that's love, brother. That's respect. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a man right there, alpha, right? So you catch this time, and thank God it was only 13 years?
Yeah. 12, 13 years.
12, 13 years and shit. And so how was that time? I mean, you said a little while ago that when you got close to getting out, you started thinking about, hey, man, well, maybe I'll revisit the acting world, Yeah. Maybe I can get into that scene and do something with it since, I got a little experience in it.
Right.
But how was the process of doing that time, and how did you do your time?
Well, I mean, I could say half of my time I did in the back. I did in the hole. So, I didn't spend too much time out there in the main line for whatever reasons. Shit happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you meet a lot of good people. You learn a lot of different things. You get exposed to a lot of stuff, cultura and, just the mind, social psychology, you know what I mean? Just a whole bunch of different things. All I knew is I wanted to be better than coming out than I was when I went in. Because I seen so many homies go in there. My homeboys, I'll use that as an example, that I'm like, where the fuck did this dude do his time? Who the fuck? You know what I mean? All he got is a bunch of fucking ink to show for it. You know what I mean? And it's like, wow, how did that work? I just knew I didn't want to be that. I didn't want to do that. So that made getting my GED a priority. I really did. That was one of the main things in my head. My homeboy Casper, he went to YA. He came out with degrees. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, that shit impressed me.
Yeah.
That moved me. That inspired me.
So, like, in your mind, you really went in there, like, trying to better yourself.
Absolutely.
Like, hey, I'm going to be a better person than I was when I got here.
Absolutely. Raising my hand, I only got one fucking hand. What do I look like fucking raising it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's plenty of folks that are going to fucking fill that gap. There's going to be plenty of people who do that, but hey, when you're a good motherfucker, shit's gonna end up at your door, and you're gonna respond. It's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
And that's just how it happened for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's kind of like I went in there young too. I went in 95. I was still 17, so I actually got my GED in there too.
That's right.
So like that was something that my grandma, she was like she was there for us a lot. Yeah. So that's what she was on, like. So, like, it resonates what you're talking about. She was like, hey, listen, like, don't just go in there and just, like, lay down. Like,
exactly. Do your fucking time. Do your fucking time. Don't let the time do you.
So, like, she passed away while I was doing time. So,
oh, wow.
My thing, that's all good, But that was my whole thing. I was like, you know what? I'm going to get my GED. I'm going to try a few things. And, I mean, that's probably like the best thing I got from there is getting the GED. But that I understand where you're coming from with that.
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
the whole thing, you know, my mom, you had your grandma. You know, the only one I had was my mom. You know, I'd see her every 90 days. She'd bring my kids. So, I mean, I'd see my kids grow up every 90 days. They were doing different things. And, you know, one of the things my mom, homies would come out, you know, to the visit, or I'd be in the hole a lot of the times, and she sees the homies all blasted up in the face, and she'd be like, son, don't you do no shit like that. She's like, hey, I'm the only one who comes and sees your ass. If you still want your visits. I'd be like, don't trip, mom. I won't do that. You know what I mean? Don't trip. So, you know.
You're like, I'm way too handsome for that bullshit.
Yeah, no.
Fucking all the ugly homies always do that shit, bro. You know? I'm just fucking around, dog.
That's right.
Yeah, it's crazy though. In the sense of, you know, dudes coming out and just being blasted the fuck up.
That's
man.
all they get out of the jail.
That's all they got out of it,
and it's like, fuck,
I didn't understand that. I couldn't get that concept. But I think, again, a lot of it's the quality of the time. I mean, you know, I say that in a way of like, you know, again, we weren't surrounded with just, you know, pendejos, you know what I mean, so to speak. I mean, don't get me wrong, they were there too, you know what I mean? But for the most part, you know what I mean, again, we were able to see, you know, and again, you pick and you choose, and you do what you do. You know what I'm saying? And you know, at the end of the day, 2 men enter, 1 man leave. You know what I mean? That's how it works. You don't have the group yard. You don't have the fucking. You know what I mean? You're in there in a fucking kennel now. You go from one cage to another, and you know that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and so you know, we talked about doing time. So you talked about when you were in the back in the hole, violated. You know, doing that style of time, so to speak. You know what I mean? In the, you know, lockdown.
Not violated, validation.
Validated. I'm sorry. What's that?
Validated.
What did I say?
Violation.
Validated. I meant to say validated.
Right.
I apologize, brother. Thank you for correcting that.
Yes,
though.
sir.
And so, you know, you're in there and you just, you know, you're basically just reading books and studying up,
working out. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep, you know, whoever's close to you, you keep them close, and you know that's pretty much all you could do.
Absolutely, and
even that is an oxymoron. You know what I mean? Closer to you, do you? You know what I mean? I like we come from the classic one-liners. You know, I think our raza, you know, it's whether it's doble sentidos or you know what I mean. It's all one-liners. You know what I mean? You get as much as you can out of one fucking statement. Get in and out. You know, like a robbery. You know, it is what it is. So, yeah, you know, you try to keep it close, try to keep it right, keep it tight, and keep it moving.
Yeah, and you think just doing time like that or the way you've done time. It's built you to be a better man as the man that's sitting here now. Like, is it giving you a different value? Obviously, it gives you different value once you get your freedom, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, you got to be able to pivot. You know what I mean? And in prison, you don't have much room to pivot. You know, there's not much room to fucking pivot. You know, you got your balls and you fucking hold them, and then that's all it is. You know what I mean? You fucking ride it through for whatever it is, better or worse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, as far as building you or making it's things you're gonna learn. You know what I mean? And what works for you is what works for you, and what doesn't, you fucking toss it. You keep it moving.
Doing the time the way you've done it, you've probably seen some cats, like you said earlier, let the time do them.
Oh yeah.
And have you seen guys get, you know, mentally break?
Fuck. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, solitary, you know, living is not for everybody. You know what I mean? You get weeded out quick. You know what I mean? Some people don't make it out of the oil, let alone make it to the shoe. You know what I mean? Especially that new one that they put. You know what I mean? Where it's just like rows, and all you're seeing into is the guts of the fucking building. You know what I mean? It's funny. You know what I mean? But
is that something they have going now?
Oh yeah,
you said a new one.
We opened up a couple of them. Corcoran, New Folsom. Before New Folsom, their oil was in 8 Yard, which ended up being like their triple CMS of the Mendez brothers, you know, all the whatnots over there, you know what I'm saying? But we had the small side, which was the oil. And yeah, I mean, unless you did some, you know, way out, you know, you just get recycled from B Yard to C Yard. And for a while, it was just B Yard until they wanted C Yard, you know what I mean? And when we wanted C Yard, we took C Yard, and that was it. And that's how we just, like I say, you just rotating.
How fast did that time go by? Did it go by pretty quick?
It fucking did, man. It did. In the beginning, it was slow as fuck, but that was because I didn't learn. You don't stare at the calendar. You don't stare at the calendar and fuck a watch. You know what I mean? You just do your shit. You know what I mean? It's by the what's on TV, what shade is it outside, you know what I mean? You have your program from morning to night, you know, to the end of the day, from the top of the day to the end of your day, your shit's mapped out, bing 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 bing. And if you have a celly, then you guys double dutch, you know what I mean? All right, you're in, you know what I mean? All right, boom, I'm out, all right, dale, you know what I mean? And I've been fortunate enough. I had some good smellies. You know what I mean? Some good motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Yeah.
He said smellies. Smellies or sellies?
Sometimes they can be smellies too.
Depends on the part of the day.
That's right. That's
Right? Yeah.
That's right.
I got a good peanut butter and apples story about blowing out a cell, but
Yikes!
I ain't gonna share it, bro. But it was. I'll share a little bit of it, and I've shared it before, but it was so fucking hilarious, dog. I ate Chino State Prison, going through there on a violation. I was on Cypress side, bro. Cypress has got the fucking open bars, 4 thetas up, right? You know, then you got the fucking whatchamacallits, the porters, right? Tier tenders, you know, sweeping and shit. And I just got there and they threw us a box of apples and peanut butter. And I ate about I ate like 10 peanut butters and I ate about 6 apples, homie. And man, bro, that really fucked me up to a point, dog. I had this youngster with me. And we finally get in the cell, and I'm blowing it up, the silent but violent ones, bro, right? And that fool fucking puts his head down with the towel over. He goes, "Damn, fool, you smell that shit?" You know, looks at me from the bottom bunk. And I said, "They got cows right here, fool."
That's just coming through the vent.
Hell no.
I said it's coming through the vent, bro. And I'm kind of an asshole a little bit in certain things but I think it's funny, bro. You know. And he goes, "It's coming from the vent," and I said, "Yeah, fool." I said, "Plug the vent up, fool."
Oh hell no.
So now he's marinating in it, right?
So he starts getting the wet
horrible.
toilet paper and fucking plugging up the vent, fool. And he plugs the vent up, and he said, and then he puts his head back down. He goes, "Damn, fool, that shit just got worse." And then the last part I want to say, which was the funniest, bro. And I'm laying in my cell dying laughing, bro. But when he looks at me, I got a straight face, so you feel me? And I'm dying laughing, and I will never forget the black dude that came through. He's pushing the broom. He said, "God damn it!" You know? And he ran through. He picked the broom up. That shit was just, oh my God, bro.
It was lit.
That shit was lingering, bro. It was like a fucking fog, dog. You know what I mean? Smellies. I was a smelly, I guess.
That you were.
Yes, I was a smelly. So you get the time done, man.
Yeah.
You did the time like a lot of big dogs do they time.
That's
right.
right.
You know, a lot of big
like
dogs.
a G. That's right.
Like a G, dog. So you get to your pro date, and now you're thinking about maybe doing the movie stuff, maybe getting back into.
I'm thinking about going back to school. I'm
Okay.
thinking about trying to find a trade. That's where I'm at. You know what I mean? Again, I've never looked at me as with a disability in my mind. I've never, been like that. But when I come home, the reality of it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm an insurance issue. If I do some type of construction, who's going to insure them? You know what I mean? What am I going to do? You know what I mean? It was, and then with the felonies, now I got 2 felonies. I'm a 2-time loser. You know what I mean? I got a disability. Pickings are fucking slim unless I'm digging a hole or fucking, you know what I mean? Working in a warehouse, and I'm not one to sit in a freaking office. So I had to figure it out in Homeboy Industries. Homeboy Industries.
Right.
Homeboy
Salute, Father G.
Father G, baby.
Father G.
That's my dog right there.
Yeah.
So you
G
get,
dog.
Yeah, for real.
you get out on parole, probably high control parole or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so did you go straight to Homeboy's Industry?
I went straight. I got out. I was out for one day. The following day, I had a cousin. She knew I was coming home, and she fucking plugged me right in. So I went straight to work. As soon as my second day out, I went straight to work, and they had me doing the tours, working the pit. You know what I mean? And I was a volunteer coordinator. And G was just rolling the dice with me, man. I had no fucking clue. He really is like a fucking Mr. Miyagi, man. Because he's so busy. He got so much shit going on. He just kind of like dropping shit in my lap. Not really even knowing what he's dropping. Again, not really tripping on it. We had this thing where at the advancement project, they worked with UCLA. This was the very beginning of GRID. So basically, what we were trying to do is they wanted to put together a think tank, so that they take a test and then they could work for Grid, and then they could do like Saturday Night Lights in the park. They could start getting paid good money, basically, gang interventionists. So they asked for G to participate, and G was like, "Nah." He gave it to me and a homegirl from TMC, and I just remember going there, and they're all these founders. You know what I mean? I met T. Rogers, rest in peace. You know what I mean? From P Stones, and Big P and Taco and Melvin Hayward and Russell Martinez out there from the Harbor area. You know what I mean? Shout out to the fellas. Yeah, and these were all top dogs, founders of their gang intervention. You know, Aztec Rising. You know, we have all these different places.
Yeah.
So, and
No, you're good.
yes, they see us. They were expecting G, and you know, they're like, no, they're good. They're there. They can take care of it. And long story short is, you know, when they were talking about doing gang intervention, in my mind, in my head, I was like, this is partial BS in the way of, I didn't see. Now I met Baca at the time. Sheriff Baca was there at the table. LAPD, another, you know, I forgot who was there for LAPD, but they're all bigwigs. But I didn't see CDC at the table. And me just coming fresh out, I'm like, if you're really serious about gang intervention and you really want to help these kids, you know what I mean, you'd have CDC at the table with starting some, you know, give us something to do when we get out other than what we already know.
Yeah.
If we can't get a job, we're just going to go back to doing what we know.
Absolutely.
I mean, because there's nothing else out there.
Yeah.
So I think, again, props to G in the way of, you know, trial and error, providing a place for people to go, good or bad, however people want to look at it. It's really, when you walk through them doors, is what do you want? What are you going to get out of it? You know what I mean? Some people want to go and hang out and go gang bang and, you know, go do this and go do that. But at the end of the day, there's so much wraparound services there for you to be, so you can get, you know, be successful, tattoo removals, all that good shit. You know what I mean? Programs where they can start help you out with a trade. Again, it's really up to you. The ball's in your court. So I mean, hey, you know, God bless G, and you know what I mean, and everybody else for doing what they do over there. And so through that, I was able to work with the Advancement Project and, you know, other nonprofits. And and move on.
You've been able to do great things since you got out the penitentiary. Is that safe to say?
I think so.
And let's do this. Let's take a quick break, and we're going to talk about some of the great things you've accomplished in your life since being released out of prison. Appreciate you guys. We're going to let me pay some bills real quick. Let's do it like this. Bop. Let's go like this, fellas. Let me see where we at. Okay, Peep Game. Hey, many of our listeners mistakenly believe the only way to buy a home is to have perfect credit, a large down payment, and then proceed to get into a bidding war on your favorite home. This isn't the case right here. The team at Prime Equity Mortgage has access to off-market inventory and access to 50-plus banks plus their own. They have helped thousands of people in our community get their home and even help investors find ugly homes to flip. This is how home flippers buy their homes. Hey, Peep Game, this is my G right here, Andrew, man. Good dude, man. Good dude. He's a big dog, and he will help you out to buy a home. Somehow, some way, this is the man. He got the plugs. And his phone number is 626-825-6565. Once again, that's 626-825-6565. Looking for some good quality cannabis. I mean, killer quality cannabis. Hit up the folks at Killa Kush. They specialize in bringing the best quality available from OG to exotic. They got it all, baby. Hit them up on IG at Killa Kush _420 to find yourself a location. Hey, we are also sponsored by Doug Sherrod, best criminal defense attorney in the city of Los Angeles. Don't play with it. He used to be a federal prosecutor. He used to also be a district attorney for the city of Los Angeles. That's all I need to tell you, right? Dude been around. He know the ins and outs of the game, period. And it's a game. Especially sometimes when you're dealing with these people. And if you're fucking lawyer knows all these motherfuckers.
Right.
Shit, it sounds like he might be able to pull some strings, right?
Get some action up in there.
Get some action. That's right, Rick. And you can reach this man, Doug Sherrod, at KingKongLawyer.com. Rick, help me out one time. What is it?
KingKongLawyer.com.
Yes, sir.
Facts. Doug Sherrod.
Doug Sherrod's the G.
Know what I mean?
Yes. Orange County, stand the fuck up. Gutter Phenom is a lifestyle brand that's dedicated to supporting and inspiring individuals who are determined to achieve their dreams. We believe that no matter what you come from and what you've been through, with hard work and dedication, anything is possible. Hey, this is my boy RJ, white dude out of motherfucking Orange County, bad motherfucker. This is my bro. This is our family right here at Hoodstocks. Support this man, gutterphenom.com. Gutterphenom.com. We're also sponsored by fucking La Conecta. Shout out to my boy Danny out of San Antonio, Texas. Hey, peep gang, man. You want to support this podcast? You want to support the people that support us? Hey, shop at laconecta.com. Shop laconecta.com. Use Hoodstocks, get 20% off. Hey, Rick and Morty Gummies. We're supposed to buy Rick and Morty Gummies. You're interdimensional realms of motherfucking blast off, baby. You know what I mean? Don't play with it. If you'd like some of these fucking delicious gummies, you know what I mean? Like shit, dog. It's like a daily vitamin. You know what I mean? If you microdose it right, you know what I mean? It's helped my brain chemistry. The mushrooms will be on CVS so soon at Rick and Morty Gummies Official, at Rick and Morty Gummies Official. Hit the DM and they, you know what I mean? You guys work it out, baby. We're also sponsored by fucking Graphic Joe, baby. The best stickers in the motherfucking planet, dog. I knew they were hard hat certified, but I had a little fooska on me the other day, dog, and I shot it. I shot my sticker, dog. And it's like, why you gonna shoot your sticker, dog? You pay for them stickers. But I was like, I need to know the quality of these stickers, you know what I mean? And now I realize these stickers are bulletproof, dog. Because you know what I mean? It was just a BB gun. But anyways, Graphic Joe, graphic-joe.com. And then matter of fact, go to his Instagram at graphicjoe_, hit his DM and he gonna take care of you. We also sponsored by Canijo Tattoos. Hey, Hawaiian Garden, stand the fuck up. That's my G's right there, dog. Don't play with it. And you can reach him at 562-704-9743, baby. Once again, that's 562-704-9743. Let him know Hoodstock sent you, baby. And you're gonna get that hookup, baby, right? We'll be right back with the homie Puppet. This has been a good one, man. You know what I mean? We're gonna get into the great things he's doing right now. We'll be back.
Getting it.
Bounced around a little bit, you know what I mean? But yeah, it happens.
That's the way it goes, dog.
Vida Loca movie.
Hey, when you guys first got into it, you knew like the girls were gonna be like a bigger part than the dudes.
To be honest, most of
Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, life's a game of chess. Drugs, guns, hooters got me on the run. Let me shine a little light. Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, life's a game of chess. Drugs, guns, hooters got me on the run. Let me shine a little light. I grew up on the 50s, love my whole city. Got the little ones with me, I ain't going back to prison. House with a yard, I get my own unlocks, I walk my own yard. I'm Figaro and filthy. Where I come from, dog, everybody's filthy. Get your hands dirty with them concrete burpees. Beer runs and licks. My heart was made, dog, with every single brick. Legend in my own, I get my little shine on. Got a house loan, I see a hater smiling, broke with a mouth full. Run with my ninjas, used to gun with my ninjas. Used to split top ramens on the hood with my ninjas. Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, life's a game of chess. Drugs, guns, hooters got me on the run. Let me shine a little light. Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, life's a game of chess. Drugs, guns, hooters got me on the run. Let me shine a little light. A 53 Tortas, Johnny's on the corner. Fidel was on the block. Pizza so hot, cheese slide right off. Terrace 49, I got a creature state of mind. Monta Vista Pat, you need to keep a loaded 9. Maury's on thick, used to cop the Cortez, you know the Chino got the kicks. Sitting in the park, you my son, I'm the shine. Rolling down the boulevard, palm tree line, bro, call me anytime. Jack and some coke, we can build on our life. Get our money up without committing all these crimes. Get it while you got it, mix your freedom with some logic. A gangster's moving silent, you ain't gotta speak about it. Tatted on our skin, you know what it do, dog, family go on in. You need to rest your head, my door swings on a hinge. Hooters on your bumper, come and jump the neighbor's fence. Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, Life's a game of chess, drugs, guns, who just got me on the run? Let me shine a little light. Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, life's a game of chess, drugs, guns, who just got me on the run? Let me shine a little light. A Miriam Street garage, Gonzo, you my bro, gotta keep your soul alive. Black Sabbath till I die, all heart pork soldier. Everybody know this, pull me out of mines, you gon' get the fucking notice. Gentrified faces, what they know about Chuck Taylor fat laces. York Boulevard, Troy's drive-through, caught some chili cheese fries before I catch a state line. Cali Mex got the meat, BBQs always turn up on the streets. My homies all crazy, OG homies done made me. Conejo the homie, Ray Loco the homie, Yogi the homie, Night Out the homie, Backstreet Villain the homie, Whips the homie. List go deep on me, all respect to the rest of the team. Shit, we miss you motherfuckers. Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, life's a game of chess, drugs, guns, who just got me on the run? Let me shine a little light. Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, life's a game of chess, drugs, guns, who just got me on the run? Let me shine a little light.
It's the same motherfuckers you left.
You doing time and be like, damn, motherfucker.
For real. And you don't even look at him like that. You're like, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, life's a game of chess, drugs, guns, who just got me on the run? Let me shine a little light. Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, life's a game of chess, drugs, guns, who just got me on the run? Let me shine a little light. I grew up on the 50s, I love my whole city. Got the little ones with me, I ain't going back to prison. House with a yard, I get my own unlocks, I walk my own yard. I'm Figueroa filthy, where I come from, dog, everybody's filthy. Get your hands dirty with them concrete burpees. Beer runs and licks, my heart was made, dog, with every single brick. Legend in my own, I get my little shine on. Got a house loan, I see a hater smiling, broke with a mouth full. Run with my ninjas, used to gun with my ninjas, used to split top ramens on the hood with my ninjas. Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, life's a game of chess, drugs, guns, who just got me on the run? Let me shine a little light. Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, life's a game of chess, drugs, guns, who just got me on the run? Let me shine a little light. A 53 Thornton, Johnny's on the corner, Fidel was on the block. Pizza so hot, cheese slide right off. Terrace 49, I got a creature state of mind. Monta Vista Pat, you need to keep a loaded 9. Maury's on thick, used to cop the Cortez, you know the Chino got the kicks. Sitting in the park, you my son, I'm the shine. Rolling down the boulevard, palm tree line, bro, call me anytime. Jack and some coke, we can build on our life. Get our money up without committing all these crimes. Get it while you got it, mix your freedom with some logic. A gangster's moving silent, you ain't gotta speak about it. Tatted on our skin, you know what to do, dog, fairly go on in. You need to rest your head, my door swings on a hinge. Hooters on your bumper, come and jump the neighbor's fence. Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, life's a game of chess, drugs, guns, who just got me on the run? Let me shine a little light. Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, life's a game of chess, drugs, guns, who just got me on the run? Let me shine a little light. A Miriam Street garage, Gonzo, you my bro, gotta keep your soul alive. Black Sabbath till I die, all heart pork soldier. Everybody know this, pull me out of mines, you gon' get the fucking notice. Gentrified faces, what they know about Chuck Taylor fat laces. York Boulevard, Troy's drive-through, caught some chili cheese fries before I catch a state line. Cali Mex got the meat. We go, baby. We back. And so you get out, brother. You tap in with Homeboy's Industry. Father Greg looks out.
Oh yeah.
Gives you that. He's man. Talk about that dude. I'd love to get an interview with that dude one day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that dude is a fucking legend. He's a
way
real legend.
back, huh?
Man.
Yeah. We need to start putting statues of him in the neighborhoods instead of the Virgin Mary or something. You know what I mean?
Everybody will recognize him for sure.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
He might be really Jesus, bro. You know?
Hey.
To some, I bet you he is.
Yep.
1,000%, brother. 1,000%. And so, what kind of moves did you make in regards to after we left off, bro?
As far as I started doing the gang intervention work. At the same time, I'm still working with Homeboys. I was going off doing that for a while, and then, like I said, I was on parole. I was slipping. It seemed like for every 8 months, my brain was programmed to fuck up. So I'd go back and do a violation every 8 months. You know what I mean? Until finally I maxed out. Once I maxed out, Homeboys was like, "Hey," then I started working in the bakery in the back, and I was just delivering goods. So they were like, "Hey, we subleased your gig out, so you no longer have a gig here with us, and thank you for your services," basically. So I was. That's it. There was no more going back to Homeboy Industries.
What the?
Yeah, real shit. But at the same time, it was all good. You know what I mean? I met my wife, one with now my old lady, and we had ended up having some kids, and childcare is very expensive, and we had to make our own way. And so, Mr. Mom, I stayed at home, raised the kids. You know what I mean? She went to work. You know what I mean? And so at least I was comfortable with sending them to school. Like, as far as I wanted them to be able to communicate. Hey, how was your day? You know what I mean? When I could hear, hey, everything was good, Dad, or hey, I don't like the way this kid over here was fucking with me today, or whatever. You know what I mean? Then I said, okay, we're ready. You know what I mean? So as soon as they went back, my cousin again, who plugged me in with Homeboys, was working on Skid Row with the homeless, and she says, "Hey, they got a position down there, overnight position." And I said, "Well, what is this?" It's a client service monitor. I said, "Well, what does that mean? What do they do?" It's just basically you're like security. So you're just gonna wand them. You're gonna go through their personal stuff, make sure they're not taking anything to harm themselves or anybody else inside the facility. So I said, "Oh, I could do that." You know what I mean? So I worked the graveyard shift for a while doing that on Skid Row. But we work with the vets there, and that was my introduction to working with the homeless. And then from there, they ended up opening up tiny homes here on Avenue 60, and they happen to be the largest tiny homes in the United States, which is Hope to Mission.
You're talking about along the 110?
Yes, sir. And so I ended up actually going to work over there as a client service monitor. I worked there for about 2 years. A little over 2 years, and I ended up getting myself promoted to assistant program manager. It's very humbling, man. It's a trip because again, coming from this area, you know what I mean? I'm out of Echo Park, but again, I lived in Highland Park, for many years. I know a lot of cats from the area, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of good fellas, and I'm starting to see their parents, even my enemies. You know what I mean? I had one of my enemies, his mom was there, and I always made sure she was taken care of and she was squared away. You know what I mean? It's once we get past doing the time, and once we get past doing a lot of that gangbanging and all that other whatnot, I think what happens is we end up learning to respect one another on a almost like a professional level, so to speak. You know what I mean? Where you could still cross paths with some of your enemies, and they have a genuine respect for you. You know what I mean? And you'll get a Cuval, or you know what I mean? Again, I don't seek that. But for me, I've been fortunate enough to have that, so it's allowed me to be able to move in a way that I've been productive in the way of being able to help out the homies as best as I can.
So you would say basically keeping yourself busy doing positive things, and obviously having the mindset, the state of mind to know that, hey, I don't need to go back to that cell, that oil, and it just you never. I mean, you never got detoured or anything like that. I mean, it happens, right? Sometimes.
No, hey, I'm human. Yeah, no, of course I've been detoured. You know what I mean? I'm an addict. You know what I mean? It's a tough going thing, But at the same time, I'm a man. You know what I mean? For whatever that means to some people. For me, it's about responsibility.
Well, when you say
I mean?
I'm a man, I say it in the sense of taking it the context of the way you're saying it is. Men make mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, we are held accountable, and
exactly.
the world does. Our world, my immediate world, revolves around me going to work.
I say a dude that's not a man is a dude that can't be held himself accountable for his fucking actions. You know what I mean?
At the
Wrong,
end of,
right?
That's pretty much what it all comes down to. And I refuse to lose. I refuse to go any other way. So, with that said, you know what I mean? Again, I'm able to do this, but again, having been exposed and meet, camaradas, homies, from different neighborhoods, like again, even enemigas, you know what I mean, so to speak. again, if I run into their family, who's we're living in California and LA, we're about a paycheck away, everybody,
bro.
Unless your old lady's doing something good and you're doing something good.
Yeah,
I mean,
like 2 incomes.
Come on,
two incomes,
and they better be good ones, or at least halfway decent ones. I mean, if you want to live in a decent area, you want your kids to grow up in a decent area, go to a decent school, not have to worry about riffraff outside the doorstep. You know what I mean? It is what it is, Holmes. You know what I mean? So, in that way, it's, again, to work where I work and to cross paths with the people that I cross paths with, so close to me. I've been homies, like I say, from different neighborhoods. I won't put them out there, but we grew up together. I could easily be the one living in them tiny homes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And so I can't help but not want to help. You know what I'm saying? Again.
I have absolutely.
Yeah, it is what it is.
And thank you too, brother, for that. Hey. Thank you for doing your part, because not everybody isn't made to be able to deal with that type of environment, that setting, right? It takes a special person, man. Not anybody to have empathy, have compassion, and go in there full-heartedly and wanting to help and wanting to make a change. And you are that man, brother.
No.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for that. You know, and I wanted to ask you about. And for one thing, those tiny homes are right there, 60, 110 freeway, that park that is basically never used, bro. Like, there's no kids that go play at that park.
Nothing good come out of that.
Nothing's good at that park. And you can't even be really like if you one of the homies from that area, like, that's not even a park you really want to chill at, because it's just like a shooting range. They could just go by that 110. I mean, it's
pick a side.
Sitting ducks. You know what I mean?
Pick
and so it's I would say, out of all the parks in the neighborhood, that's probably one of the least used parks. Right. I could be wrong. That's just my opinion. For kids.
No, absolutely. For the community. For
the community, bro. It's always, nobody's ever there, bro. And if there is, it might be a couple winos or a couple fools just on a good one. And so I like that they utilize that area, put the tiny homes. And I've always, so I know there's tiny homes right there, and there's tiny homes up on what is it, Figueroa?
Yes, Eagle Rock.
Yeah, in Eagle Rock, bro.
Yes,
the 134 freeway we're talking about, right? They
that's another company, yes, sir, but they do the same thing.
Oh, so they're different companies. So they're subcontractors that get paid from the government a lot of money to put these tiny homes, which it's good to hear that, money is being utilized, because I have connections, too, with nonprofit organizations. Very good relationships. LA Cloud on 9. Oh, I'm saying it wrong. I'm sorry, guys.
LA Cloud 9.
Thank you, Rick. And they have these conversations with me that these people used to work for the system, so to speak, in regards to like housing and helping out the homeless. And they are just so like, they're upset, bro. They're really disappointed that a lot of that money is not the money that's being put forward, brother. They got that faucet on low, like it's dripping, like it's not. Where is it really going? And I'm not asking you to or try to put you in a position to share your input on that. Because you are currently working doing that, right?
Right.
Yeah, and I respect it. So.
But I mean, that goes across the board. That even goes with gang intervention. The same thing. How many parks are really helping the kids? You know what I mean? How many, that was one thing I kind of, left a sour taste for me when I was doing the gang intervention work. I didn't really feel at that time they really did give a shit about the kids. Because as long as you have a good grant writer, you know what I mean? Anybody could open up a fucking nonprofit, and I'm going to say, hey, I want to do it for the kids. And how much money you really giving them kids from the money that you're getting? Yeah. Which is along the lines of what you're talking about.
So let's define gang intervention. And then tell me what they were doing. Right. What is gang intervention?
Gang intervention is basically a liaison to go in between LAPD and the people in the community in the event of somebody should get shot, or if they're doing prevention work. Well, we're going to offer your child a place to go outside of hanging out on the stoop or on the street with their, with the homies, so to speak. So we're going to open them doors up, and we're going to provide things for them to do, positive things to do, and we're going to give you X amount of dollars so you can get that done. You know what I mean? That's gang intervention. That's work. I know over at White Memorial it even kind of morphed into even the homies working in the hospital. So when people get shot in the hood, he'd be able to be there to direct traffic and make sure nothing else pops off inside the hospital.
Yeah.
As far as the two rivals, because one will happen here, the next you're gonna get your run back there, and now you got them both in the same hospital, and you even got people coming in there with heat, with here, or undocumented.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's so many different levels to gang intervention and as far as that work, and in the right way, it's a great thing. But again, when all the money's not going to where it's supposed to go, is where it kind of turns into I think I'm gonna have to call bullshit.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of things can be used the wrong way.
Absolutely.
So
that's it.
I don't think like just shitting on gang intervention is.
And,
you know what I mean?
And if I come off like if I'm shitting
no,
on it,
not
that's,
you.
That's
no,
not, that's not what I'm trying to do. But
I'm just saying in general.
And that's what I was saying with Lucky, as far as that wraps around everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even with drug rehabs. You know what I mean?
Anything. You know what I mean?
You open
It's
up a house.
It.
You know what I'm saying? You have a house and you're the owner of that house, and you're taking on you got a grant writer. You say, well, you know what? I'm going to have 10 people living in this house, and I'm going to help them get right, and I'm going to direct them to getting them dried out, and I'm going to send them to places of rehab.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they selling them dope on the side. Getting them dirty.
In the rehab. Yeah,
and it's just a revolving door there. That's big money as well. I mean, they just made a movie about it not too long. I remember
some of these nonprofits pay themselves more than they're actually putting back into the nonprofit.
That's
what I mean?
That's the devil
and
of
that's
it. Yeah.
some of the bad things that come with it. But when there's actually a good nonprofit that puts it back and actually helps the community, I think those are really positive things, And
that's where I feel I'm blessed to be under that umbrella. You know what I mean? I've been fortunate enough to work with people who, both the good and the bad. I've seen the good side and I've seen the bad side, which is more along the point that I wanted to make in the first place. Yeah. You see good, you see bad. Right now, I feel we're on a good path, even with gang intervention. I know a few good gang intervention workers out there right now. And they're out there doing it. You know what I mean? They're helping out. And I know when I've had a partner get shot, they were able to get them, some money and get them the proper care and wraparound services they needed as well. I mean, that's when it's done right. It's a beautiful thing.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Like you mentioned, like with some of the stuff with getting shot. I mean, everybody knows I just got shot.
Yeah.
So like some of these people, they come to the hospitals, like you say, they're assigned certain areas.
That's right.
And they start trying to help you, like with the hospital bills.
If you need it, yes, sir.
With even
victims of crime.
They go as far, the victims of a crime, but they go as far as even some of the different programs. They go as far as to help you with paying a few months rent and just like different things that can help you,
And that's what I'm saying.
These programs are good.
Yeah, no, and they've gotten better when they're used correctly.
Yeah,
exactly.
For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've always wanted a tour of these tiny homes. And do you know the ins and outs of how to get into it and the process of the way they work the system in order for a homeless person to get into a tiny home? Is it an application thing? They got to apply. They got to meet the qualifications.
Yeah, there are steps to the process, and definitely one of them is if you're in a encampment or if you're wherever on the sidewalk, wherever you is your place of stay.
Yeah.
Outreach workers will come to you. Most of the time, they're LASA. There's other companies that do it as well, and they'll come with a laptop and they'll say, hey, or would you like to get off the streets? You know what I mean? Or sometimes they're doing street cleaning, and they have to clean up this one dead end because of whatever reason.
That's just crazy, huh?
Yeah, and they'll come in there and they'll ask them if you want to be relocated. Do you want to go to tiny home? Do you want a tent?
Oh, so they don't just kick them out then?
No.
They have, because I see Caltrans, I'm just like, damn, Caltrans just broke down that motherfucking 3-story, because these motherfuckers are doing big, bro. It's just not a tent no more, bro. Motherfuckers are building some
houses.
shit, dog.
No. I seen that in the river right there.
Yeah, for sure.
They highlighted on the news literally one of their pads.
Well, that makes me want to relapse a little. When I see shit like that, ingenuity like that, it makes me want to relapse a little, because I'm like, damn, the dope must be really good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's funny. But no, yeah,
So the process. Go ahead, Rick. I'm sorry.
They got them programs in downtown too, right? Like
Yes, sir.
where they go around and they have
Well,
it's not even like community service, right? They got the people that go, they clean the streets.
It's an actual 9 to 5, man.
Yeah.
It's an actual 9 to 5 for some folks. You know what I mean?
I've had some family members actually work there, so I kind of, and it's not even like this is a job that you're gonna get and be like this is your only job, because
Oh, no.
I think after a certain amount of, I think maybe they give you like a year or two, like to work, because they actually help you transition from being in the tent on the side of the street to get the job and keep moving forward.
I know where the company that I work for, they have that as well. They have reentry.
Yeah.
So they have a home that they have, full of gentlemen. They go to they do their 12 steps. They do their NA. They do their AA, maybe church if necessary. And depending on how they grow and how they do well, then they start giving them jobs. A lot of them end up getting maintenance gigs right there with the company, which is something that's awesome. You know what I mean? As far as it's not just about, taking money for housing you, and then as soon as it's done, we're going to boot you out and you're off to figure it out for yourself. No, these guys are actually holding their hand through the process, so to speak.
That's cool, man.
Have you seen the new one that they're building in downtown, like the high-rise one?
Crazy,
Yeah.
huh?
Like, do you know anything
Those are
about any
SROs,
of
yeah.
that?
Actually,
like,
well,
I mean, without like putting you like in a bad position
No.
speaking on it. You know what I'm saying?
There's some. All I know is that at the moment, there are other companies who are trying to get a hold and be part of that. They're basically almost like the tiny homes, but in a hotel, And basically, they'll take over the whole building, but that's going to be awesome because it's almost going to be like a Homeboys, because there're going to be a lot more resources in there.
At the same time, can you see something like that going wrong, like some New Jack City, where like it just turns into like?
No lie, I was thinking that same shit.
I mean,
Rick, it's funny you say that because I was thinking, let's look at this motherfucking beautiful ass building a year from now.
Because it could really get flipped.
But you know what? This is
without the right people and
that you hit it right on the head. And this is where I wanted to kind of come back around to, as far as like with G. They take chances on people, and little do you know, you're being lined up for something that's only you could fucking do.
I've been there before. I worked with Homeboys with the graffiti removal back in 2002,
right?
2001, something like. I stopped working there when they killed 2 of the homies and ended the program.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So I was actually there for a while. So G gave me a action at working there, and salute to him.
Oh no, yeah, for sure.
Because he helped me out in a time when I it was either you could go this way or that way.
Right.
And when they ended the program, I ended up going that way, and that's what got me my Fed bid.
Yeah.
To be honest.
No,
you know what I mean?
That's an interesting
key.
point right
That's
there.
a key thing, but that's what it's about, as far as hitting that corner and being able to help the next man if you can.
Well, is that
know what I mean? And that's if you can.
Sorry.
As far as when we're talking about the company that I'm working for, they're looking at us. They hire ex-felons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to say a commodity, but now we're of use. Whereas, because we're the only ones that could connect. We're addicts. You know what I mean? We've been homeless. You know what I mean?
Streets.
We get it like no other. You know what I mean? And so, if we get those high rises, we could stop New Jack City.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean? If
like
they got a couple, all it takes is a few good men. You know what I mean? Hey, Holmes, and they put us in the right positions, and we'll be able to make some good, clean money, and still be able to help out. And that's where my head's at, and that's how I see it. And if they're gonna give us that position, that opportunity,
let's go, baby.
Fucking let's run it. Let's do it. You know what I mean?
Think about it, that it could really turn into something
crazy. Great. It could be good,
and it could be something that's really, really great for the community and help people. And I mean, help these businesses. I mean, you've seen
everybody
it on TV. Where they have these dudes just camped out in front of your business.
Yeah, that's bad.
And
that's
just
bad
kill
business.
your business.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Shit. Absolutely.
So,
the thing is, nobody wants the homeless, but nobody wants that in their backyard.
To figure it out.
No, nobody wants those tiny homes. Believe me, the community. Nobody wants those fucking tiny homes.
Hyde Park, for sure.
Wait, they don't want the tiny homes.
They didn't want them in the beginning.
The homeless.
No, the community.
The community, because
obviously, because you're populating a certain.
If you're bringing
type of person in the neighborhood.
If you're bringing it to a community that didn't have that to begin with, like all you're doing is bringing a bunch of people with potential problems.
Right.
You know, it ain't about not wanting to help the homeless or help any people, but at the same time, like if you see some of the areas that these tiny homes are, there's more crimes committed around them to an extent.
And if it's not done right.
Yes,
well, if it's a mess, I'd rather have it be an organized mess.
And that's what happened with. And that's all.
That gives any organization.
Aside, that happened with even these ones on 60 in the very beginning.
Yeah.
But as we got it down better, you know what I mean. We got it down packed. You know what I mean. It's a lot better. You know what I mean? The community is supporting it now.
Well,
before they were dead set against it.
It's supposed to provide stability, right? To the homeless people that are unstable people.
Yes.
It's supposed to, hey, get you off the side of the road, put you in this tiny home. I mean, have you walked through these tiny homes while homeless people have occupied the homes?
Of course.
Yes. And so what's kind of like the feel in the air right there?
Well, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about before. First, we snatch them up off the street. We ask them if they're interested in getting housed. If they're interested in getting housed or getting off the street, then we'll put them in tiny homes or low transitional housing. And from there, basically what we'll do is we'll help get them document ready. When we see document ready, we're going to get their IDs, birth certificates, get them plugged in with some type of income, and get them plugged in with some Section 8 or some type of low income housing. We can get them into permanent, then it'll be permanent housing. So this is just a transitional phase and a place to get them to where they need to be. Now, in the process of that, now we're going to bring in the other wraparound services, mental health, AA, NA. We're going to plug them in with, a lot of folks, they're homeless for a lot of different reasons. You know
100%.
I mean? You know what I'm saying? You never know what you're going to get when somebody comes through that door. You know what I'm saying? So it's a matter of meeting them where they're at and at the same time getting them the help that they need once you figure out what's the issue, what's the problem.
Do you guys got a lot of counselors and stuff like that in them kind of programs?
Oh yeah, and more's coming. And more's coming. We have mental health as far as with our program. We have mental health.
Yeah.
So they're there to help them out. You know what I mean? As far as getting them connected. Sometimes they just need medication to balance themselves out.
100%.
A lot of stuff. That's what it is, right?
You know what I mean?
Some of these people just need the actual medication and to deal with an actual and
to help them with that structure, you know what I mean, and as far as get them on a regimen, you know what I mean. So then we start teaching them what's called life skills, you know what I mean. Let's start showing you how to jump on that bus. Let's help you get a bus pass, and let's start showing you how to do this and that, X, Y, and Z.
But some of these people, once you balance them out, they could be real productive into what they need to do.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
They could be one of the good men that we need, or ladies, so they don't turn into New Jack City.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And but it's so crazy about the homeless population. So I am not foreign to going to downtown LA, Skid Row,
right,
and doing my deed, baby.
Sure.
Doing my thing. And one time me and Rick went out there, and we had a fucking tier cart that I used for, I
remember that.
And we handed out slices of pizza, and that's one of the ones that I'll mention because we videoed that one. But there's times that I've been out there and I've
on your own.
I've been on my own, and I participated with different organizations.
That's awesome. Yeah.
To lend a helping hand. But it's so crazy because what you said. There's actually people out there. There's mental health, there's drug abuse, there's different reasons why they are in that position, right? Living out of a tent, doing what they're doing down there. But there's some people that I have met, this one beautiful black woman, I forget her name. They called her the mayor of the bop of this section of Skid Row. I mean, she had a beautiful fucking tent. I actually walked in it. She had a bed. She had all her shit, refrigerator, everything fucking set up. And then it's crazy about these people because these people have tenants. You know what I mean? They own. They rent them out. They rent them out. They rent out pieces of the sidewalk because this is my block, bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's so crazy. So she was I was like, well, yo, what's up with you? You know what I mean? Like, why? Like, you beautiful. Like, you know what I mean? This, that, the other. Look at you. You know what I mean? She's like, nah, you know what? And I believe her background is being raised in a wealthy home and ended up out there because she's free and she's trying to help out the people right there. It's a real community in Skid Row, and there's a lot of politics and there's a lot of fucking rules within that community, bro. No. But so I say all that to say this. Some people don't want to live in a tiny home. Some people don't want any help. They look at us like idiots, and they're saying, look at you motherfuckers. You guys are fucking part of the system. Look at you. You got to get up, hurry up, go to work. We're seeing you in traffic, and we are living our best life. They look at us like they're sorry. They feel sorry for us.
No. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There was a gentleman when I was working downtown, and he was a veteran, so he'd get good money, man. He'd get good money. He said, I can't stand it. I use it up. I give it away. It's just the problem. Money's the problem. And he was just happy living. He knew where to go get his meals, what mission to go to. Like you said, it's all, they have their whole regiment down packed from the time they get up to the time they call it a day. You know what I mean? And it keeps moving, and you're right. They look at us as schmucks. You know what I mean? Look at these fucking Joes, these slaves to whatever, you know what I mean?
Everyday grind.
You know, to Nike or to whatever it is that they're fucking, you know what I mean? And it's like, fuck that. You know what I mean? We don't need all that, and we're just fine.
But how about this? Let's play the devil's advocate in this sense, right? They can talk all this shit. Say some of these people are saying this and that, the other. They're looking at us like idiots, and so we're like, all right, bro. Well, we're gonna stop being idiots then. You know what I mean? And with the part of stop being an idiot is we're gonna stop having all these organizations coming through, serving your motherfucking meals, making sure you got a tent, making sure you got a sleeping bag, making sure you just okay. You know what I mean? Making sure I'm gonna give you a fresh bottle of motherfucking water. You know what I mean?
Or shower.
And
or shower stall.
I mean, so in that
go
sense,
wash your ass,
in that sense, bro. Like, are we helping, or are we fucking just
hindering,
enabling?
Yeah. Enabling these people, you know, in a sense, right?
Right.
So I've always thought, and this might be the asshole Lux, right? I said, all right, well, if I was in charge of making moves with the homeless population, I would fucking put them in the middle of a fucking desert, dog. Set them up with all the motherfucking shit, and it will probably turn into the zombie of the apocalypse, you know what I mean? But bam, you know what I mean? Just get it out the way. Give them their community in motherfucking high desert somewhere, you know? I don't know. And that's probably why.
Why you won't have that position, right?
Exactly, brother.
There you go. Right
exactly. And I take that, bro, on the chin like a champ, bro, because it's true, bro. That's why we'll never have that position. But I
can see what you're saying there, and I see what your point is. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, though, we have to meet them where they're at eventually. You know what I mean? We can just walk around with our heads up our ass and act like and just step over them like they don't exist, and you know that's fine. You know that's how you choose. And again, when I say that's my own personal opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's gonna affect you, and when it affects you, you know. Just like crack, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it'll be a problem, and then it'll be too late. And right now, I think it's pretty much gotten a little too late, and so now we're backpedaling. We're doing the best that we can.
You know what? Me knowing that fucking shit rolls downhill, and I'll say I'm at the bottom of the hill in regards to the structure of life, the pyramid, political, and capitalism, and everything, right? And so. I kind of look at things sometimes I always see the humorous side of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so when China came to San Francisco, Gavin Newsom cleaned the streets up.
Oh, yeah.
Right? He cleaned the streets up. You know what I mean? He had them motherfucking
Super Bowl, too.
Yeah.
Super Bowl, it was your Super Bowl time in. I get it.
They had that shit just like, damn, this is paradise right here. But, and then so people shitted on Gavin Newsom.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, bro, what the fuck? Fuck you, this and that. Where's all that money at? You know what I mean? Look at what you're doing. That's weak ass shit. That's fake shit. Like, they called him every name in the motherfucking book. And his response was, well, when you have someone come over your house, don't you clean the bitch up? Hey, you know what, bro?
Yeah.
That shit, and this is me. I thought that was just the greatest fucking punchline setup shit ever, because I love comedy, brother.
Right,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
But it's true.
Yeah.
It's motherfucking true, you know? And it's true on both sides.
Right.
What they're saying and what he's saying.
Right.
And he just had the balls enough to fucking answer it
like Trump, right?
like Trump. I mean, how do you feel about the politics? Trump, Biden, it seems like. Do you get involved in that stuff?
Politics, as far as I'm concerned, this is me independent from anything I work for. Anything I think it's all bullshit. They need to wreck it. We need to start all over again. It's there are two wings that are connected to the same lame bird, is the way I see it. You know what I mean? Is you have the illusion of a choice. You know what I mean? But what choices are you really making? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna make the one they want you to make regardless. So I mean, what the fuck?
Absolutely. Hey, I mean. It's such a.
But we just got we got to live. We got to work with what we have.
Yeah,
It is
That's a
what
fact.
it is. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you know, You can bitch and moan about it. You can go vote. You know what I mean? Do whatever you can. And, you know.
Well, it's
figure it out.
And it's so much. And you know what I love about this too, dog, is all the homies that have been through shit like you've been through, shit that Rick's been through, you know what I mean? And some of the guys in here as well, you know what I mean? They've been through some fucking just like some really just trying times in their life, right? Like just talk about being locked in a box and they gonna let you out when they gonna let you out. They gonna feed you when they feel like feeding you. And you know what, dog? They're gonna turn your water off right now, dog, you know what I mean? And I'm just saying, like, just
That's
like...
so many flushes. You only get so many flushes.
They got that.
I'm glad you were eating my motherfucking stuff when they did that.
I know, bro, because I would have had that. I'd have had to windmill that one arm, bro. You'd have fucked my
up. Your motherfucking nose.
I'd have been like,
there you go.
Like, damn, that one arm is quick.
There you go.
And so what I'm saying is the point that I'm trying to make right here is the guys that I have on this podcast, they understand. You know, and then we have these young activists, you know, these social media activists, these Instagram activists, bro, and they're mad at the world and they're fucking typing hard as fuck, you know, and you know what, they haven't been through nothing in life, you know, and they're the most angriest. But the guys that have been through things, they take it. And I'm talking about the homies out the penitentiary, I'm doing time, ex-lifers, everybody that we've had on here and shit. They give the most level-headed response in regards to like politics and what's going on in the world. And none of them have ever been overly excited, extra mad, you know, better lack of words, I'm sorry. But
No.
You feel what I'm saying?
No,
like,
I've always felt, even with the lower levels, you know, dudes get slapped on the wrist and they go and they come back, you know, and they didn't do nothing, they didn't accomplish anything. I said, why don't you give the homie with a hockey stick that same chance? Just give one homie who's been down for about, I say a good 17 fucking years, 18 years, give that man a fucking chance, and I guarantee you he won't come back. I guarantee you, because he's gonna appreciate shit. He's gonna come out here, he's a whole different person. He's not the same person. You know what I mean? But and I can't say everybody's, you know what I mean? And but as far as, you know, GP and as far as that world goes, and you've been down for X amount of time like that, yeah, give that man a fucking chance and see what he does. You know
see what he does with it.
See what he does. You know what I mean? Instead of these guys, they go in there fucking 3 years, 5 years, it's Disneyland. They come in here, they get pumped up, they get full of fucking ink, and they think they got the world fucking figured out, and they're just Gotti in another body. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who the fuck are you? Where's this fucking need to come
priceless, bro.
Fucking priceless, homeboy. You know what I mean? Why you want to play with over what? Over what? You gonna end up going in that motherfucking cell or going into that, and the same motherfuckers you was chasing around trying to gun down, the same motherfuckers gonna be your best camarada. Sometimes it works out that way. You know what I mean? Again, I get it. I get frustrated with the younger homies, with the little ones that don't go get your money, man. You know what I mean? You got a record? No, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? You could go do this. You can go get in the union. Go do this. Go do that. But sometimes it just falls on deaf ears. They have to find their own way, and I get it. You know, go get it. But at the same time, don't fuck it off for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't bring that shit over here. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing what the fuck I got to do.
Absolutely. And just speaking on the homies like that have to, you know, go through their journey and learn their way. And it doesn't matter how much you tell them. But it takes it back to what we were talking about, gang intervention, right? I mean, come on, bro. You getting millions of dollars for some gang intervention just to open up a little community center so these fools can hang out, and you going to give them that little maybe pool table, ping pong table, or maybe have a laptop there in this era that we're in now. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, that's weak, bro. Like, what would be your approach for some real gang intervention? What would be your approach? If you had a group of little homies that were headed in a path that you once were at, right? I mean, what would be your approach on...
I think every community should have a boxing center or some type of fucking, you know what I mean,
Facts,
MMA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of aggression. There's a lot of misdirection. There's a lot of misunderstanding. You know what I mean? And all that ends up turning into anger. And I'd like to give them an out, you know, an out of that. I'd like to bring back fucking auto shop. What the fuck happened to auto shops? The fucking wood shop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever happened to that? You know, let's teach these youngsters how to be men. You know what I mean? Let's put them on that type of path. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give them a profession. Expose them to something. Expose them to a little something. And not no bullshit. You know what I mean? Let's show them some righteous traits. You know, we're going into a place where, you know, carpenters are far and few in between, man. You know what I mean? But yet we're gonna have to build. So where they at?
Robots.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, robots ain't gonna be able to do all that. They're gonna do something, but they gonna be everything. But they're working on it. They're steady working on it. No,
go on YouTube.
I understand, but as far as the question of what I would do,
absolutely,
this would be something that I would do.
And you know what? If I could ever say it as good as you say it, I would say it exactly the way you'd say it, because I agree with every single thing, a point that you made in the regards to, like, you know, showing this young dude how to be a man and give him something that he can be proud of, and add value to his life. In other words, if it's automotive, like, bam, I got hey dog, I can fix that shit, dog. You know what I mean? Like, and so now you valuable more than just that dude behind the gun or pushing the dope or doing whatever you might be doing in the hood.
Everybody has their niche. Not everybody's a killer. Not everybody's a fucking money maker. Not everybody knows how to ride on a fucking wall. Everybody has their niche. And the same way
their value in the neighborhood.
You find your value. You make yourself fucking. You find your spot. And if you don't have a spot, you fucking make one. Yeah. And it's the same thing you do in prison. The same fucking way. The moment that you're useless in prison is the moment you turn into a fucking body on a bunk. Nobody even fucking looks your way. Nobody gives a fuck about you. Now you're just waiting for the fucking kitty. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that.
No, you know what? And it takes me back to Rick too, because Rick is always like, he's seen the hood differently, in a sense of, like, he understood, and I learned this from him. You know what I mean? And without me probably ever telling him, or I don't know if I have ever. We have a lot of conversations, but anyways, like, he always. I realized that he always recognized people to have their own values, and so when you're a dude, like, kind of my mindset, our state of mind at the time was just like, homie, if you ain't putting in the work, or if you ain't doing this, that, and the other, dog, then you useless. But nah, dog. You know what I mean? And so in hindsight, I look at it and I'm like, no, that homie that had that crib that we'd always kick it at, dog, that was his value to the neighborhood, bro. He was doing his part right there, dog. Why? Because we were always at his crib chilling, bro.
I wasn't fucking dirty and I wasn't fucking hungry.
But that's the way I always kind of looked at it. I looked at it like everybody's not going to be like the top gang, like, shooter out there, the top, like, dope seller, the top. You know, everybody plays a position, and if you value whoever you're messing with for the position they play, you're gonna be a lot less stressful or whatever you're dealing with in that capacity. You know what I mean?
And that's all I'm saying is as far as us having grown up now.
Yeah.
We could do that now in our own way. You know what I mean? Yeah. For instance, Hector, he's one of the twins at Homeboys. He sits in Father G's chair. You know, he's one of the cuates. I think he's the opposite of what he is. They call him grumpy, but he's a happy motherfucker. He's a good dude.
He's from East LA.
He's from Hazard. He's from Hazard. Yeah, he came out of the American. He's one of the twins. Right? Yeah, the homie. He's a good motherfucker.
I think he was there when I was working there.
Yeah, no, he probably was. But what I'm getting at is that he could call me and be like, "Hey, pups, I got this guy. He just got out. He needs a fucking job." And now I'm in a position as a manager over tiny homes. I run a tiny homes.
Yeah.
I could say, you know what, we got some openings for client service monitors, and we start at $20 and some change. Hey, it beats a fuck, you know, breaking your back in a warehouse.
Bro, that's big.
And at the same time, if I was able to grow, you could fucking grow. You know what I mean? It's easy. It's really. I don't want to say it's easy in the way that it's a gimme, but it's easy if your head's in the right place and your heart's in the right place. So in that company, particularly my company, I like, sky's the limit. You know what I mean? You could move. They don't trip on college degrees. They don't trip on. And I think we need more places like that. You know what I mean? And we need more homies. We need more camaradas to help each other out like that. We need to stop being them, you know, crabs in a barrel. You know what I mean? Hating it and pushing propaganda, pushing bullshit. You know what I mean? On these youngsters who've got no business doing that. Again, it's different time. There was a reason why we did what we did in those fucking late 80s, 90s. This is 2000. This is a whole new fucking world. It's a whole nother fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I mean, again, if we could do that for one another, we're fucking ahead of the game. And if, you know, people just need to start realizing their worth. The dope, that shit ain't even no fun no more. I mean, I remember you could go fucking smash a whole weekend in a Momo and be ready. Listo, come fucking Monday, ready to rock and roll. Let's go work. But now these motherfuckers are stuck, and I don't think it's good. Cause these motherfuckers are running around naked, they fucking eating each other, they do all kinds of crazy shit. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know what they putting in that dope, homie. But
that weirdo shit going on.
You get 30 years old, walking around like Igor, bent over at the waist. You know what I mean? Can't even stand up. Like what's appealing about that?
That fool never got busted.
I don't get it.
Thank God for prison, bro.
He better not drop the soap.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, prison saves a lot of motherfuckers too from their motherfucking sick ones. But at the same time, there's people that just need a little bit of time to be out there and just really tear their fucking whole system down and make them look like a fucking old person when they're still young.
When they're still young, man, and that's right. And I could see what you're saying earlier. Are we contributing? Are we enabling? You know what I mean? Because it kind of goes back to that too. But what I'm noticing, man, is I'm really seeing a younger generation in these tiny homes. They're in their fucking 20s, in their 20s,
right?
Real shit like that.
with their hyena, and they're about 25, 30. I'm like, what the fuck? Hey, like, there's nothing visibly. There's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the first thing. I go, what's the difference between me and you?
Like, why can't you work?
If I'm here, you know, it's some luck. Okay, yeah, but I mean, come on. It's got to be more want and more need, more drive, more inner for that role to be switched like that. Like I don't get it. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to get sometimes, you know, but I know addiction's a motherfucker too. You know what I mean?
What is the main addiction? Is it fentanyl in these?
It's that fentanyl. I notice a lot of it's always scante.
Pills, huh?
It's scante, and then you got pastillas también. You know what I mean? That are coming on the side. They're basically medicating themselves, trying to balance themselves out because you know they're so
self-medication
on a roller coaster. You know what I mean? You could talk to them one day, and they're totally reasonable to just
whatever you're throwing at them.
20 minutes later, they're coming back in like, you know, what the fuck, freaking out. Like, and they're not clinically crazy. It's just the dope, whatever they're doing. I don't know. It just sends them on. It's a trip. But again, it's sad to see the younger.
Yeah, absolutely.
The younger getting there. It doesn't make no sense to me. I don't understand.
So the tiny home, what is the program in the tiny home? Do they have to be in at a certain time? Do they have access to leave? I mean, how does that work?
It's a 24-hour facility.
Yeah.
Most facilities are 24 hours. You know, they come and go as they please. You know, we have amnesty lockers, what we call amnesty lockers. We get a chance to put up their stuff that they can't have in there for safety reasons. You know, we don't want people getting stabbed in there, you know, hurt with, you know, a bar or whatever, any kind of weapons. Again, I really believe though it's the community that we kind of create within the tiny homes, and that's and I believe it starts at the foundation with your workers, with your client service monitors. You know what I mean? Because these are our frontliners, and these are the ones that, hey, how you doing today, Jose? You know what I mean? Hey, Maria, todo está bien? ¿Ocupas algo? Is everything good? You need anything? You know what I mean? Hey, you know, hey, Jody, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, you kind of create this it's a functionality. It's some type of normalcy. You know what I mean? And again, it's spurred on by our client service monitors to even get to that person who's the hermit who will come out after everybody's already come to eat. You know what I mean? And he'll come and he'll grab his tray, or she, and she'll scurry back off. And that's your moment. Hey, how you doing? You all right? Do you need anything? Is it all right? You'd be surprised with a simple acknowledgement. I always tell all my client service monitors, the first thing I want you to start doing, I want you to learn their names. Start calling a person by their name. Recognize an individual for who they are. And that starts off with their name. And you'd be so how far people will relate to you and want to open up to you. You know what I mean? When you take the time, you know what I mean, to want to know their name,
to connect with them on a human
level.
On a
human fucking level. They're human. They deserve that. You know what I
mean? And maybe sometimes when they are on the streets, they feel like they're being looked at less. You know, so when you give them that same compassion, that love and respect, you know, it goes a long ways, and it makes them feel human again, maybe. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, it's infectious. It'll spread. Just like panic.
Love. Yeah, just like panic too, yeah.
You know what I mean? Love is a trust thing. You know what I mean? You got to remember, we got people who've been trafficked in there. You know, we got all, you never know what you get in there. You know what I mean? But at the very least, you know what I mean? Some respect. You know what I mean? Let that spread. Start pushing that respect. and hopefully love will come later. You know what I mean? But at least respect right off the top. I respect you. You know what I mean? I respect you enough to know you're important enough to know your name.
Would it be respect first and then trust?
I think the two are synonymous. You know what I mean? People say, "Oh, I don't trust nobody." Bullshit. You gotta trust somebody.
Yeah.
You have to, and it starts somewhere.
Yeah.
And it starts somewhere. You know what I mean? Now the level of trust, now that could be dictated. That could be, I could figure that out later, how much I want to give. I mean, but at the very least, you got that coming. As a human being, what the fuck?
Absolutely. Yeah. And so you said that you give out trays, so they have is there showers in the tiny homes, or is there a shower part?
They don't pay for nothing. We give them 3 hots. They got a tiny home that they don't have to share with somebody if they don't choose to. They can bring their significant other if they like. There are no children in the tiny homes that we have. We do have family shelters though as well.
Yeah.
But we offer them the 3 hots, the washer and dryer, detergent, fish kits, underclothes. You know what I mean? As much as we can, because again we're a nonprofit, so whatever gets donated to us, we pass it out to them. Bedding.
Can you shout out your nonprofit organization?
It's a Hope to Mission.
Hope to Mission.
Hope to Mission. Yes,
hey, big ups to Hope to Mission, baby. That's love, man. Keep on doing your thing in the community. Love you guys, and we thank you for all that. I mean, I kind of get into the nitty gritty of things, because sometimes I might place myself in a position that I haven't been too far from, maybe in my past life, But meals are always important to me, dog. Wherever I'm at, dog. You know what I mean? I need to know what's on the menu, baby.
We spent $3 million on a fucking kitchen, and we brought in a chef from San Francisco, and all the meals are handmade for the most part every day.
Damn, my boy, they're eating better than me right now.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I'll eat. If I eat, if a motherfucker, you know what they say, you walk into a restaurant, if not one of them motherfuckers are eating that food right there, you know that food is garbage.
Yeah.
Lex, you're getting you a tiny home, dog.
Hey, I mean, I that's love.
Cool that it's able
dope.
to be like that, man. That they're able to look out.
Not every tiny home is the same though. I can only speak for mine, for who I work with and what we do. You know what I mean?
But at least you guys are trying to focus on trying to make it as humanitarian as possible, and
at the very least,
you know what I mean. Like you said, if I'm not gonna eat it, how do I expect somebody else to? Even if they're hungry, you know what I mean?
Come on, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of people expect people to do what they want,
Right.
You'll run into a lot of people why didn't this? Why didn't that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's talk and more step up to the plate.
You can't be a leader without being able to do what you're not. You can't expect somebody to do what you're not willing to do.
I've always been even
hands-on.
Back in the day,
I'll show you. I'll show you better than I can tell you. Yeah,
and in my asshole part of my life,
Hey, no.
I've never been the kind of guy hey, you guys go and do this.
Right.
It's come on, hop in. Let's go. Let's go do it.
Absolutely, Holmes.
And I think people respect you more for that.
Absolutely.
Whether it's legit or not.
Yes.
Yes. But especially in the legit part of the world, if you're willing to show them that, hey, I'm here too, and I'm willing to. I mean, at the end of the day, you're not gonna live there because you don't have to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, I'm here with you guys, and I'm willing to eat what you're eating. I'm here, so.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Even though I get paid to be there at the same time, you know what I mean? Like you say, those little things, they see me grab a meal. They're like, oh shit, if he's willing to fucking eat it, I can fucking eat it. You know what I mean?
That's big though.
As soon as supplies come in, we're out there putting it up and passing it out.
It's not good for it.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, hell no. Not at all.
Yeah.
And again, it's just, it's also to be part of times where, again, now we're growing up and we're able to be in a position to be able to help the next man out. Again, I had though my cousin had referred me to downtown, she also referred me here, but then it was the higher ups who gave me an opportunity to make, $30-something an hour, where I wouldn't be able to make that on my own, as a client service monitor.
Sure.
But they seen something in the motherfucker and they were like, you know what, he could do it. Let him let's give him a shot. And I appreciate, Laura Harwood, and you know what I mean? There's a couple of other people, you know what I mean? my bosses now, you know what I mean, who, I got my own tiny homes now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the boss.
Yeah.
I walk through the doors, you know what I mean? It feels good.
See, but that's big because, I mean, I don't know how, like, we didn't get so in depth to, like, if you ever been out there, like, homeless or out in the street. But, I mean, you live the life and you've been in jail, so you can understand when you see somebody trying to make the change and at least you're in a good position. It's somebody that's been there that can actually help somebody trying to change their life and trying to make a better
life experience. Absolutely.
Because some of these people, they've never been there. They've just read it in books, and they can just look at you and stereotype you and be like, nah, he don't deserve it.
Right.
And like, why don't I deserve it?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. What makes you more than I?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And again, life experience will get you a whole lot more. I think, you know what I mean? We could all read a book. We could all read a book, but we're all gonna shit it out a different way.
Yeah, exactly. We're all gonna take something different from it. We're not gonna understand the book the same way.
We're not.
Yeah.
But if you can combine the two and find something like that, and our people are fucking grinders, homes. Our people are winners, homes. You know what I'm saying? They might do dumb shit,
survivors.
But it's only because they're working with what they have. So again, if we could align ourselves, you know what I mean, to be able to, Hector, send that fool over. I got something for him. Hell yeah, I got so. Hey, but you know what? Hey, Hector, I got somebody over here. They're having issues. They need counseling, or they need I need to use some type of wraparound service you got over there at Homeboys. Can I shoot him? Fuck yeah, shoot him, dog. I got you. You know what I mean? Just tell him, you're coming. Whatever he tells me to say to have them do, that's what happens. And so we're able to work with one another. See, like that.
But even now, like I think most of us, like once we get in that position, we appreciate it a lot more than somebody else.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, like real shit.
Hey, say it, don't shit.
Yeah,
it's the truth, homeboy.
I got out. My homie was, he was trying to get me in a good position, and like honestly, I was not used to that kind of stuff. So like for myself, I was still thinking like jail wise and street wise, and I was like, you know what, I'm good. But then once I started getting into like valuing my freedom and thinking beyond just going back to jail, and I hit him back up, shout out to my boy, young motherfucking Toto.
That's right.
But yeah,
That's
real
right.
shit.
Yeah. No.
Like he put me in a great position, like
shout out to the homie.
to work, and I think he could vouch for it. Like I didn't go there and like shit on the process. You know what I mean?
And
I went there and took full advantage of everything they provided me.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean? That's what I was saying as far as like the homies who done some time.
Yeah.
Give the homies who done some time. I got a homie working under. He did 28 years.
Yeah.
Got another homie. He did 30 years. A black homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He did 30 years. Homies. You know what I mean? They come to work happy.
Yeah. Well, because you appreciate it.
Grateful. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, don't trip. I got it, Angelo. I got it, Pups. You know what I mean? Whatever. I got a younger homie, a YA baby. You know what I mean? So, but he's growing up in his head to appreciate it. No, he got a baby on the way. You know what I'm saying? Hey, good looking out, dog. Again, homeboy. You know what I mean? It's just.
Keep in mind, dog, we might have just came from making 10 cents an hour to now.
Come on now.
Making 20, 30, 40 plus.
And some. There you go.
And like, and from being in there, 5, 10,
Shining.
20 years, and to come out and get this freedom, and actually from going to cell with somebody like Lucky blowing up the cell all night to waking up, with a woman every night.
Hey, fucking A.
I mean, that's a great incentive, man, to like
really,
stay
really
free.
is,
You know
man.
what I mean?
It really, really is.
I was just playing my position.
No, and you know what? And that's another thing. You know what I mean? And shout out to my old lady. You know what I mean? I appreciate her because you get a good support team. You get somebody to hold you down. You know what I mean? It's everything.
It helps you value.
It's everything.
Value your freedom.
You have good solid friends. You know what I mean? That I got my homeboy here. I from dirt. You know what I mean? Which is he happens to be my old lady's cousin. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like
We're all related one way or another.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And we all hold each other down. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I could always depend on a solid motherfucker. You know what I mean? And again, if we could all do that with one another, again, continue on in our travels, we're gonna be all right.
I mean, look.
Shit's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Look
saying?
how it is for me right now. Like I said, my homie Toto got me in the union working.
Yeah.
You know, my homie Lux got me right here.
Yeah.
Podcasting, you know.
Superstar.
Yeah.
Come on,
build-
homie.
building
No, for
up.
real.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, like you said, in a lot of ways, like the same people that we might have been out there in the street with, like, you know, doing wrong. I mean, at least now we're able to help build each other up. You know what I mean?
Come on, big dog.
baby.
Come on,
That's
dog.
big.
That's all I'm saying.
Love my
Yeah.
boy Rick.
That's it.
Big Thoro, love that
Yeah.
dude too.
That's right.
Yeah, facts. You know, shout out. Shout
Absolutely.
out.
One
I
of
want
my
to ask you a
goals.
question,
Yeah.
brother. I got a question for you. How do you? And I seen it in the comment, and I thought it was a good. I thought it was a good comment. How do you feel about? There's a lot of Californians, or however you call people from California. I think that's the way you say it.
Right.
I mean, they're just leaving. They're leaving California due to they think the state is just fucked up. The homelessness population is rising. Things
Price of
ain't-
living.
The price of living is ridiculous, and there's a lot of people like they're moving to Texas. They trying to get. They going to Arizona. We got.
I thought about it.
Yeah, you know, like bro, like how do you feel about that? Being the fact that you do work in the ground zero, so to speak, of their problem. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so you can kind of like understand it, but at the same time, like, are we not making the right progress in regards to, you know, the homeless population, et cetera, et cetera?
I think the fact that it's a conversation is good. Whereas before, again, what we have now didn't just happen yesterday. Skid Row wasn't just born yesterday.
Hell no.
Come on now. You know, this is, you know, right up there with the Callejon. You know what I mean? We've known this shit all our fucking life. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Like, it's been there.
It's been there.
They've
You know
been
what I
doing
mean?
their damn thing for a long
But
time.
now, you know what I mean? Again, that's outside politics, you know what I mean? You know, and they run them how they run them, you know, but to blame it all on homelessness, that's not why they're leaving. That's not why people are leaving. It's not just because of homelessness.
Yeah.
It's because of all the things you just finished saying. You know what I mean? Everything's expensive here. You know, I had an 85 Ford truck. Nice. I wanted to lower it. Emissions, I can't find parts for it because of emissions. I mean, there's just so many things that California just chokes you off at that you can't get done. Can't get a gun license. You know what I mean? They just, you sell weed all day. You know, motherfuckers run around stoned all day. You know what I mean? But don't let nobody have
the feds.
Yeah,
The feds, it's still not federally legal. So at the same time, while California or other states might be cool with it, the feds could come in at any time
Anytime.
and shut you down,
There you go.
even without doing nothing wrong.
So again, it to me, it's something bigger than. It's not just one. It's not one thing. You know what I mean? So, you know, folks leaving, I thought the same thing, but believe me, over a homeless dude, that's not why I was thinking about leaving to Texas. It's just because I'm trying to provide for my family.
Well, you're just like, that's
You know
my
what I'm saying?
field down there.
You know what I'm saying?
He living his best
Hey,
life.
what the fuck, Holmes? But again, you know, it's just I want to be able to provide and give my family something that I didn't have. And again, it's just like that's the only game in town. That's the only way you can go about doing it realistically.
I want to say some real shit right here, and and this is what I want to say, you know, because I've thought about, you know, I'm 47 years old, you know, and I always, you know, I'm at a stage in my life, a point in my life where I have options, baby. I got options, dog. You know what I mean? A journeyman electrician. I can go to different states and work, go to the hall, bop. You know what I mean? Be working, you know. And so sometimes we think about it, you know, like we think about the city life, and sometimes if you're from the city life, you might fantasize about the country life of being just having acres and maybe having some horses. And for someone that doesn't know nothing about that, like myself and probably a lot of us right here, sure. You know what I mean? It sounds appealing, you know what I mean? Like, damn, and it's cheap to live out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like, damn, that shit, it sounds great. And so I say all that to say this. So when I recently did a trip to Texas, I took a drive to Texas with my girl, my two babies in the back, man. It was an amazing experience. It was to me, it was just like it was risky. You know what I mean? It's something I've never done, bro. I've never driven that far. Yeah. You know what I mean? Anytime I've ever been driven, I've been drove to, you know, a state prison, Silverville, you feel me? You know, those are the only really, you know what I mean? And so when I took that drive, and I'm going through Arizona, I'm going through New Mexico, I'm going through motherfucking Texas, you know what I mean? And I'm seeing all these different landscapes that sometimes I have fantasized about. Maybe one
Read
day,
about whatever.
About setting shop at, you know?
Yeah.
And then when San Antonio, Texas, bam, after I got done doing my business out there, once again, shout out to my boy Danny La Conecta and everybody that we did the podcast out there with.
That's
so
right.
when I went back, bro, I didn't want to go back the same way I got there. I took the long way, dog. So I cut through this part of Texas to hit Albuquerque, New Mexico. You know what I mean? And I was also I stopped at where the Bob Lazar, where they had all the Area 51, that town. Somebody helped me out with what that town is.
That's
Rosdale.
Roswell. I stayed at Roswell, bro. We got a fucking a hotel right there, and and before we left, we went to the museum, and so anyways, and then I went to Albuquerque from there. I went to the little hometown fucking band they had playing, and the little city, the little middle of it was so crazy, bro. You know what I mean? And it was dope.
To appreciate everywhere you went.
Well, what I'm and
I
had some different looks, but man, I could not wait to get home because there is no place like home. California, baby, we got everything, bro. We got everything, dog.
You want snow? You hit Big Bear. You want to hit the water? You know where to go.
Bro, we
West
are
side.
so California, like
Hour in any direction from LA.
Desert?
Dog.
You want to go hit the desert? You want to hit sand dunes? Go get yours.
because it's so crazy. There's so many, when I got to go through the Las Cruces, just little towns, bro. And it's like, damn, can you imagine? Like, to me, I started looking at them like fucking just like big prisons. You know what I mean? Like, this is just like, we just.
Hills have eyes.
Bro, and then you go hundreds of miles, bro, 100 miles to the next town. In Albuquerque, it was a fucking huge fucking city. I was like, damn, this place is, you know what I mean? And it had a lot of culture. It was a beautiful beautiful city, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Shout out to you, motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Salute.
And that was the biggest one that I hit besides, San Antonio or whatever. But I still had different looks, seen different places, and now those aspirations of maybe one day picking up and going somewhere, I'm like, I'm where I need to be at. California, bro, is such it's expensive. Mm-hmm. Yeah, dog, there's motherfucking homeless people. This, that, and the other. I mean, the list is deep. But let's talk, those are the cons. Let's talk about the pros, baby.
Oh, yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And I had a hard time wrapping my mind around it. So I told Danny, I was thinking in my head, and this is just the innocence, the ignorance of me not knowing. And I said, hey, Danny, is everything cheaper out there? And it's no, dog. I'm not gonna buy a pair of Jordans out there and it's gonna be cheaper than the Foot Locker out here. No, it's exactly the same price. The gas is cheaper, but the difference is
so is the
Price,
wages.
the price of living is cheap.
Yep.
Yeah.
The wages are lower, but at the end of the day, they have the same amount of money as us right here.
Right.
In the sense of, I make more money than you, but I gotta pay for this expensive ass spot. So it's still
It
kind of
averages out.
It averages out. Exactly.
And I think that's where the dream ends up going. That's the reality. You wake up into the reality.
He gets slashed in the face with a big bucket of
get the
cold
fuck
ice.
out of here. Let's do it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
So I was
no.
just, when I got home, man, I was just like, yeah, man, California is beautiful,
Yeah,
brother.
sure
We are
is.
so blessed to be, if you're born or raised in this state or be a resident.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of fucked up shit. Let me ask you this real quick, bro.
Yeah.
So when it comes to what you do, mainly it's a lot of it's Democrats, bro, because Democrats are opposed to the Republicans. I mean, it seems like, if I'm reading it right, dog, the Democrats are more into, say, on the left side, in regards to helping the homeless, this, that, and the other. And so if you're in these positions that you might fill, then you might have a sense of, we need to vote for the Democratic Party. Is that
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, okay.
How I see it and the way I believe that they have it, it's not about doing it. It's the way that you do it. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, like building institutions for those who are mentally ill. You know what I mean? We were doing that for a while, and then they said, hey, let's stop doing that. Let's start building prisons instead. Right? Yeah. So this is
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Again, it's not really so much, it's not cutting down the tree. It's how you cut the tree down. You know what I mean? And what are you going to do in place for it? I mean, because there's so many people that have to be pleased. Everybody needs to be pleased to be able to do something. You know, everybody needs to be appeased in some type of way, and I think that's where the politics come into play. So it's whether I clean the cell from left to right or right to left, it doesn't really fucking matter as long as the cell gets fucking clean.
Let's go,
right?
baby. Let's go. And I like that. I like that too. And so Republicans are upset about, they're saying there's a leniency that the Democratic Party, the District Attorney Gascon, and they're saying that the judicial system is too lenient right now, you know? And if you ask me, I think that's a good thing because once upon a time ago, we talking about the 90s, Pete Wilson, three strikes laws, a lot of homies getting washed up for the stupidest motherfucking shit.
Pizza.
For the pizza. Exactly.
That was a prime example. That pizza, like, was the prime example of how bad it can be. Because that was like absurd that you can get life for stealing a slice of pizza.
Right.
That was just crazy.
It don't make no sense.
We can understand you ain't supposed to steal. You're breaking the law. But to actually get life,
does the punishment fit the crime?
Yeah, for sure. You got people in other states that are actually doing murders and getting out in 10 years. And then you got somebody in other states that are washed up for a fucking pound of dope. For a pound of dope, though, too. For a pound of weed. Yeah.
For a pound of fucking weed.
But even
they're doing more time
drugs.
Yeah, come on, man.
But keeping it off drugs, just going with the pizza.
Yeah.
That was just absurd. And just showed you how absurd they can get with these laws.
Right.
When it doesn't affect them.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of the laws, even when you look at the way they were doing, like with the conspiracy law and all that other stuff, right? I know we're getting off topic.
Sure. No, we're good.
But whenever it involves somebody else, and you know, shout out to Trump and all his shit.
Sure.
But whenever he talked on the phone and broke the law, he's like, man, that shit was just conversation.
Yeah.
But shit, I just did 16 years for conversation. Like, what you talking about?
Right? Words kill, huh?
Yeah. And that was love. You know, that was my deal.
Yeah.
They gave me 17 and a half, and I did 16 of them.
Shit.
For talking on the phone. They didn't get caught with no dope, no nothing. Not saying I wasn't breaking the law.
Yeah.
Because yes, I was.
Right.
But you didn't catch me. You just caught me talking.
Yeah.
Just like you caught Trump.
Right.
And he said it was conversation and it was all gravy.
That's it.
You know what I mean? So I think until it affects somebody of importance or that got money,
right,
the laws don't change in our favor. You know what I mean?
Right.
So some of the stuff is kind of crazy.
As far as going back to like Gascon, you know what I mean? Again, these are my own personal things, but I like the idea that he's kind of pushing things. We're being governed by fucking laws that happened in 1776. Still.
For sure.
Come on,
man. We're on horses. They didn't have a car.
The shit's not. I think we should be pivoting and adjusting to how we're progressing. You know what I mean? Right now they have it locked. You know, it's set in stone. It is what it is. But Gascon's saying, hey man, you know what you've been doing isn't fucking working. It's not fucking working. You know, you got it all ass backwards. Now it's all about money. You know, the highest dollar. You know what I mean? Well, you're free. You know what I mean? You could pay for your fucking bail. You're out. You know what I mean? Never mind. Me and you, we're busted for the same thing, but you could afford your bail and you're out. So you could fight your case from the streets and pay for a fucking lawyer, and we're basically fighting the same fucking thing. But because you got a better look on you, you'll probably beat yours before I beat mine. But again, who's winning in all that? You know what I'm saying? So, but again, it all has to do with, again, me personally. I'm the way that the government. Fuck them, wreck it. They need to wreck it all, start all over again.
Yeah.
Because again, we're still being governed by shit that's archaic. It doesn't even fucking belong. It doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist anymore. Taking a right to arms and vote and do all these other fucking things. It's like, come on, man. What are we doing here? What are we doing?
Let's get this phone call right here.
What?
Hey, you're on Hood Stocks. Talk to us.
Hello?
Yeah, you're live, baby.
Yo, what up, Lucky?
What up, baby?
What's up, man? Hey, I have a question for your guest.
Shoot it.
Yo, bro, so you think Democrats is what California needs?
Do I think Democrats?
Because you said it's not about how you chop the tree down, it's how you cut it or something. But when it comes to the homeless people, I think most of these fools don't need a pat in the back and shit. They need a one-way ticket to Alaska, fool.
Well, you go on ahead and buy that ticket. You can send them where you want them.
Send them Send them.
Pay for that,
Send
big
those
dog.
fools-
Pay for that. Put your
Hold
money
on,
where your
hold
mouth's
on,
at.
Hold on.
Make it happen.
Bunch of homeless people
Send
like
those fools-
icicles.
There
Send
you
those
go.
fuckers to Anchorage. Hold on, let me get my shit off. Like,
Go ahead,
send
go
those
ahead,
fools
go
to
ahead.
Anchorage with a tent.
Hey, let me ask
Like
you
I
this.
don't think making a fucking skyrise for these fools in downtown is gonna help, dog. Now you're giving a crackhead a fucking room to light up in. Like,
Well, if
most of
you
these fools don't
really
wanna
paid
change.
attention, big dog, it's not. We're not making it. They're already there, and they're not being. People ain't utilizing it the right way. So I mean, let's
they're
make something
using
where
our
it's
tax
not.
dollars, dog. Like, that's the problem with Democrats. They just want to fucking fix everything with hugs and a pat on the back,
Fuck 'em
dog.
both.
Like, we need, like,
Fuck them both. Democrats, Republicans. I don't give a shit about neither one of them. You know, I'm just saying as far as the way
I
that
feel the
we're
same way.
moving.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Like, all right.
Things need to be done, homeboy. You know what I mean? And you
All right,
want
let me
to
ask
send
you
them to
this, though.
Alaska? Dale gas, homes. Pay for that ticket, homie.
let
Make it
me ask
happen.
you something,
Yes, sir.
Because I live in Echo Park too, dog.
Okay.
And I see the way it's gentrified and shit,
Uh-huh.
and how the white people moved in and bought all this shit because it's cheap out here. But you know, like,
It's cheap out
Don't
there?
you
No, it's
think?
not cheap.
It's not cheap, big dog.
It's not
no,
Are you
it,
sure what
it
part of Echo
was
Park you live
it
in?
was
It was cheap when they
cheap.
first moved
It
in.
was cheap.
Absolutely.
Yeah, during the
It was
recession.
cheap
right?
until these white people started moving in.
Mm-hmm.
But don't you think you fools were the problem? You know, the gangs in the fucking neighborhood selling drugs and all this shit.
Hey,
I don't think we were problem enough, because if we were real fucking problems, they would have thought twice about wanting to move in there.
hey,
It was that Pookie time.
All right,
hey, that's a good little clapback to that question.
I don't know, dog. Like,
Nah, I don't think you do
yeah,
either.
it's cool.
Have you ever been homeless before? Have you ever been down on your luck and just fucked
Me?
up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so if you were
And
homeless
look,
right now,
dog,
and you had
and
sending you to Alaska, how would you feel about that?
Hey, nah. Hey, but look, hey, I used to be.
No Alaska
Hey, dog.
for me.
Hold on, homie. Hey, I used to be smoked out, homie. I used to be a fucking tweaker,
Yeah.
and then I
We all
wanted
were,
to
big
change.
dog. We
So
all
I
were on
hold
that
on.
shit.
And I got off that shit. But there's a lot of these fools on the
Salute to
street.
you.
That's all they want to do, dog.
Yeah.
So why do we gotta help them? Why does our
Well,
tax money gotta go to them?
How about this? How about no? I get
Hey,
what
you know teachers get paid once a month on me. I'd rather my money go to the teachers and more education for our daughters and our sons to, have a better education than helping these fucking lowlights out.
But how about if it was that one dude that was trying to change like you, big dog, that needed the help?
Ooh, that's good. I like that.
Dog, look, man. The last time I got smoked out, I went to jail, dog. And that helped me get sober for 2 weeks, and I knew that I wanted to change after that, dog.
There you go.
You know?
All right.
Good for
And I
you,
did it because I wanted to do it.
Good for
That's
you, bro.
right.
Good
Salute
for
to you, big
Good for
dog.
you, bro.
Thank the homies. Make sure you
Yeah.
thank the homies for that.
Yeah. Good for you, brother. Hey,
Nah,
next phone call.
salute,
Good points.
salute.
Hey, you're on Hood Stocks. Talk to us.
Hey, since we're talking politics,
There
That
we
ain't
go.
what we talking, dog.
There we go. There we go.
He said,
Right? We
fucking
ain't
assholes.
talking politics. It just kind of like morphed into some.
Hold on real quick. Hey, you're on Hood Stocks. Go ahead.
hey, what's up, Lucky?
What's up, baby? What's your
Hey,
name? Where you calling
shout out. I'm calling from Pico Rivera.
Love, baby.
What's up? Hey, this is Spanks. I just want to give you guys my saludos for what you're doing on the channel. Much love to you. And to the homie that's a guest right there, I'm going to take you back, homie. I know you remember me, Spanks from Horseshoe.
What's happening, big dog?
It's been a minute, doggy.
Asking about you.
Hey, homie. Fucking Spanks, homie. You know who just reached out the other day, too? The homie Sleepy.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, fool. Homie Sleepy from Highland Park, Holmes. That's right.
That's what's up. That's what's
Went
up.
around with the
Hey.
homie Shadow from White Fence.
I haven't seen him in a minute, doggy.
That's right, homie.
I'm not
That's
here.
right.
I'm not here. We gotta chop it up. We'll get in touch
All
with
right,
each other.
big
But I
dog.
just want to. Hey,
Hey.
you're doing a beautiful thing for the people out there, homeboy.
Hey, thank you, homeboy. I appreciate you, man. Really, I do, homeboy.
Yeah.
It's good hearing from you,
You
homeboy.
too, Lucky.
Thank you, brother. Love the horseshoe, baby.
You know,
right.
much love. Hey, that's,
That's
right.
right, homie.
Shout out to Highland Park, homie. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
baby.
Salute,
Yes, sir.
salute.
Hey,
Yo.
holla at me, homie. I got some tiny homes popping off right now. Baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what's up. That's
Yeah,
what's
block
up. Right there in Glendale, huh?
Hey, be easy, baby. Thank you for calling.
All right,
Hey, you're on Hood Stocks. Talk to us.
I'm not here.
Turn the volume down.
Hombre.
Yes.
That fool got it on speed dial.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna hit you like 4
Hey, you're on Hood
times
Stocks.
today.
Go ahead.
What's up, dog? It's Wolfie, homie.
This is who? Oh, Wolf.
Wolfie.
What's up, baby? I didn't see the number. I was trying to catch numbers. Oh, wait, what up, Wolf? Talk to us.
And then hey, what's up, Puppet? It's been a long time, but I don't know if you remember
Wolfie from where, homie?
from Monte. You probably know me, Juanito, dog. My uncle Little Man. Last time we met was in Supermax. You were telling me that you have a kid with my prima.
Alrighty.
Real shit. It's real shit.
Everybody's got a kid with your prima, bro.
Oh man, it was good.
I'm just kidding, brother.
Right? You said you got a good job. We need that child
There you
support.
go.
Oh, he's about to
You know,
You serving some papers, homie? You serving papers,
Oh
bro.
man. Is there something wrong with the phone line? Is there something wrong with the phone?
hey, Puppet.
Wait, what's
Puppet.
happening? Oh, yes, sir.
All the family know me as Juanito, so
All right.
you're telling me Monique. We were in Supermax. I was fucking
All right. There
like
you go.
30, 20 years ago. I don't even know where the hell I was at.
It was a long time ago, homie. It was a long time ago. But all right, it's good to hear from you, man. Hope you're doing well in life.
No, I see you shining. I just want to give you your flowers, homie. And
That's right, homie.
gracias
Thank you
for
very
blessing
much.
the platform.
Right on, homie. Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right.
Hey, be easy, Wolf. Hey, you're on Hood Stocks. Talk to us.
Hombre.
Man. They got a whole crew now.
Bro, that shit is
Got
so
a
crazy,
football
bro.
team.
I mean, we used to get good ones, bro, when fools would act like something else or they would ask a fucking way out crazy question and
Right?
shit. But this shit right here is just like pure boredom. Hey, you're on Hood Stocks. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, turn the volume down in the background and you got the homie Puppet right here. Let's go.
I'm on.
Yeah, you're on. You're live right now. You made it. You're the next contestant.
On the Price is Right.
What is that?
What'd you want to say?
Hello?
Yeah, you're listening. Turn the volume down in the background and ask your question.
We have little Angelos here, Michelle, Big Michelle, Christine. We just want to call. We just want to call and say hi.
Well, all right.
Say hi, Angelo. We have
Hello.
Cole here.
All right.
My compadre is doing a great job.
Well, thank
That's your
you.
family.
Oh,
Is that your family?
That's Christine. Is that
That's
Christine?
right.
yeah, that's me, Angelo. Hi.
Hey, what's happening?
Have fun. We're here to support you guys.
All right.
Into like a Maury Povich shit right now.
Thank you for the support. There you go.
Okay, guys.
He was nervous
What
too. He
the
said, "Oh,
fuck? Here we go.
the past done caught up to me."
I'm like, fool, that's your family.
He was just like, "Oh shit." Yeah, you're on Hood Stocks. Go ahead.
I love Hood Stocks, homie.
Okay.
Sexy ass vato.
We love you too, dog.
Yes.
We love you better if you were here.
That was a fucking weird laugh, bro. Like he just had a fucking creamed his panties.
Right?
Hey, you're on Hood Stocks. Talk to us, baby.
Yo, what's crack-a-lackin'?
Chilling, baby. Who we got here?
It's that homie from Pacoima.
Hey, Pacoima,
Salute.
baby. What up, my boy? I got lock in.
What's up, man? How's everybody doing?
Doing all right, homie.
Very well,
Chilling,
brother.
big dog,
Hey.
chilling.
Hey, I was just gonna sit back and enjoy it, but since you got Droops back, man, I gotta give him his flowers, man.
Okay.
I can't even help it.
That's right, homie. Salute to Pacoima, homie. Gracias.
Gracias, man.
Yup.
Hell yeah, dog. Welcome back to the stocks, brother.
Appreciate you, bro. Goonies.
We
You
don't
already know.
We don't need to be in New York to have to work with stocks, homie. We over here in Cali.
Hey,
That's right.
let's
Here we go. Hood
That's right.
Stocks, baby. Yeah.
Blessings, everybody. Have a good night.
Salute to Pacoima, dog. Salute.
Muchas gracias. Gracias.
That's a cool homie right there and shit, dog. He always calls in and it's
Showing love.
He always shows love, or he's got a good question, man. And I appreciate the Goonies. I appreciate the callers. I appreciate the supporters that call in with, you know, with positive stuff, brothers. Hey, you're on Hood Stocks. Go ahead.
Hey, yo, when you gonna hit that? Hey, yo.
All right, you're on Hood Stocks. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, look?
What up, my boy? Who we got right here?
Shit, you got Manuel from downtown. Saludos to Puppet and Groups over there.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Salute.
Hey,
salute.
Look.
Yes, sir.
Hey, did you get mad at Drew when Chingo Bling was there?
Did I get mad at who?
At Drew.
For what? For what?
For fucking hating on Trompa?
Nah, bro. I mean, I don't. You know what I mean? I don't side with either side, brother. You know what I mean? But I understand. Yeah. I share different viewpoints of both sides.
I respect Trump though, like what he said about they're trying to rule us with laws that are like ancient, bro. Like these fools are trying to bring up like a 2,000-year-old law right now to like do all kinds of war all over the world. And I agree with Puppet, man. They gotta raise up the neighborhood and take care of each other, man. Because that's all we got, man.
Absolutely, brother. And you know what? There's never I don't stand on anything rigid like that in regards to the guys on the podcast.
I know you don't.
Like me being mad at Rick. Like Rick's a fucking a man that I respect, and I respect his viewpoints, and our viewpoints don't always connect at all. You know what I mean? But when you respect,
I'm gonna tell you one more thing, man. Don't let nobody tell you that you're not Mexican enough. If even to the listeners, like if you don't speak Spanish. Okay. Like even to like the raza, the Chicanos, if you don't speak Spanish, it's cool. I get it, you know. Like we shouldn't be shaming each other for bullshit. But you guys stay up, man.
I've been getting that all my life, bro. Right. It don't faze me, dog.
Don't even
appreciate
trip,
you
man.
calling in, dog. You know where I stand, bro. I'll stand on the front line, baby. You know what I mean? I'm right beside your ass when time counts. You know. Hey, you're next on Hood Stocks. Let's go. Hold on. Go ahead, baby.
What up?
What up?
Wait, so what's up, guys? Are you voting for Trump or Biden?
Damn, bro. That's kind of like a silly question, bro, in a sense of this, bro. And especially if you watched I think they're trying to replace Biden with somebody else. So I think at the end of the day, I don't even think it's going to come down.
Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to even come down.
Hey, wait, what do you guys think about the possibility of World War III coming?
Yeah, it's very possible, bro. And if you see these other countries, the way they're moving, bro, they're setting up their chess piece in a way.
I think that sucks for all our kids, bro. Yeah. I mean,
and what they put across too, the kids automatically have to.
That's what's gonna suck, bro. Whenever, like right now, we can make light about the subject, but like once they start drafting our kids and everybody gotta end up going, that's when we're gonna really realize that this shit's not a game, man, and we need to pick better leaders.
That's right.
Yeah, brother. Absolutely, dog. Anything else, bro, you'd like to say?
Nah, bro. Yeah, you guys keep it easy, dog. Keep it easy.
That's right. Salute to you, big dog.
You know, this has been good. This has been fun, brother. I mean, I appreciate you making time. I think we're like 2.5 hours into this. I mean, we know where you started. We know where you're at right now. Where are you going, bro? What's the future looking like with you?
Well, I'd like to just learn this craft a little better, you know, get it down packed. I'd like to grow within the company. I'd like to get into a position where I'd be able to bring more people in on the hiring level. You know what I mean? Getting more of our people in. That's my ultimate goal. You know what I mean? Just be able to position myself to bring more gente in.
Like-minded people like yourself.
You know what I mean?
Obviously, right?
Yeah, male and female. Yeah. Let's get them all.
Absolutely. And you know, we got some food right here. We got a sponsor today. I mean, who do we have right here, brother?
Teriyaki chicken.
Well, we got
That's right.
Primos teriyaki chicken.
Okay.
Salute, Los Primos chicken.
Man, dog, that shit looks delicious, dog. Look at that right there. Jesus. Okay. What else we got here, dog? Let's go.
They treat you like that, Lux?
Yeah, that's how we do it right here.
Yeah, that's right.
Get Lorenzo on the mic.
Yeah,
shout him out.
Yeah, Lorenzo, open that up, brother. And then let's see. Wow, look at the. Oh my God, bro. Oh, he got some motherfucking 10 inches right there, huh?
Put one of them cards up there, Lux, so they can see who it is.
It's right here.
La
Here we
Chucharia.
go.
They're at Patata Street.
Let's get over there on the mic. Go ahead.
We got it right here, dog. Hop on.
Let's see what we got right here. This is like some bananas and some motherfucking
That's a
shiznit.
dessert.
This looks like fucking
Strawberries, bananas.
Strawberries, bananas.
Bananas from La Churreria, Patata Street, and Los Primos Cherokee at Patata Street as
Órale.
well.
Hold up. Let's make sure.
4901 Patata Street.
There you go.
I'm gonna take one for the team.
There you go.
Shout out to Becca to make this possible and all the people that have been helping and supporting and sponsoring the show, guys. Patata Street, guys. Check them
Patata
out.
Street, huh?
Patata Street.
Patata Street, and so tell me about this street right here because we've had a lot of sponsors coming from that street that are in this art of making delicious food. And these are these street vendors? Are these storefronts?
Street vendors.
Street vendors.
Outside, they put their canopies up and everything. They make the food there fresh for you. Everybody, all the street vendors that are there. And Becca and us are helping them to expand their business there. You know, there used to be problem there. That's when Alex actually stepped up and helped out that Patata Street, and Becca's helping out now and running it and everything. So shout out to her as well for making that happen. And everybody's there. Go check it out and show some love to them.
So Patata Street is obviously it's the name of the street.
Yes.
It's in the city of
Cudahy.
And this street has, because we've had how many sponsors already, or
So
how many?
far, 5, 6, I believe.
We've had 5, 6. So this is a street with nothing but street vendors?
Nothing but street vendors.
Wow,
That's awesome,
that's
right?
amazing.
Check them out, guys.
And the food has been absolutely amazing, and we'll all get a little bit of
That's
a taste
right,
of this
that's
right here, and we appreciate it. And what are the two sponsors right here? La Churreria,
La Churreria, and Los Primos Cherokee.
Los Primos Cherokee.
Yeah, they got this.
Love it, man. That shit looks fucking delicious, man. I can't wait to get a taste of that right there, and I'm sure Puppet feels the same way. And with that said, I want to thank Patata Street. I want to thank these sponsors right here. We'll be putting you guys up, sharing you on our social media feeds, and love and respect. Once again, thank you to my boy Lorenzo and his wife for making this happen. I mean, dude, you guys, you know what I mean, talking about, you know what I mean, not only playing your position, but, you know what I mean, playing multiple positions at the same time, helping within the community to connect these dots, and you know what I mean, give them these a good look on our platform. You know what I mean, you know, representing the streets, the city. You know what I mean. This has been good, brother. I want to thank you so much.
No, hey, thank you.
I want to thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, I really do.
Yeah.
If I can, real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is my little girl's birthday, 4th of July. Una, I love you. She wanted to make sure I got that out there. That was part of the job.
Yeah. How old is she gonna be?
She's gonna be 9.
She's gonna be 9 years old. Tell me a little bit about her.
Una is a very, very active, well-spoken, outspoken. You know what I mean? Full of energy. Just a beautiful soul, beautiful baby, and I'm blessed to have had her. Yeah.
Well, with that said, Una. Happy birthday, love. Keep on doing your thing. Get them good grades. Do the right thing and be a boss in this world.
That's
like
right.
their times. And talk about when we see what we've been through, and we've seen the just different. We've seen the different generations of, you know what I mean, of just technology, from pagers to, you know, fucking everything on the tablets, you know what I mean? And then can you imagine when she gets of age, man, we are really, really aiming towards the future. I mean, are we aiming towards a better way of living? Are we aiming towards destruction?
You know what's funny? It's a trip. It's not funny, but it's the reality is at the level of the work that I do as management, I find myself more on the computer.
Yes.
I don't fuck with the computer. It's one of the things I struggle with the most. But I know how to deal with people, and I know how to manage folks.
Yeah.
So I'm able to balance myself out, and I'm learning. But what I'm tripping out is I have youngsters coming in there as client service monitors, and they just know their way automatically around, you know what I mean? It's all about just creating, you know, grooming and growing that part of them, the management side, the people side, the people skill side, because a lot of people don't have that, man. I find that people can be socially retarded in a way, you know what I mean? We're in the way of, they're just, all they know is how to text. They don't know how to communicate, look a person in the eye, shake hands, introduce themselves. And I think that's something that we need to kind of get back to. You know, we got to get our kids back on that whole, you know, yes ma'am, no sir, you know what I mean, look at people in the eye, give you firm handshakes,
Build that respect level back up.
and just more people, communicating, you know what I mean, with one another, because I mean they're born with the natural gift of making friends anywhere. But as they get older, they kind of lose it because all they want to do is be on their video game. You know what I mean? They kind of lose how to, function, socially correctly. You know what I'm saying? And it's with the gift comes a curse. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And you know what? I really struggle with that myself in regards to like the world that I'm in, social media world, podcasting. I am always on my phone, and I'm not fucking around. I'm editing videos. I'm talking to people. I'm putting up a post, seeing how the post is doing. I'm always, this is like, dude, it's crazy. You can be very consumed from this fucking device right here and detach yourself from the people around you. It's like you're there, but you're not there, and it's unfortunate because then our kids are looking at it, and my kids, I say they spoiled, bro, because they all have their own iPads and shit. And when I look at them, when I look to my right or I look to my left, they doing the same thing I'm fucking doing and shit. So sometimes I'll just be like, damn, bro, I'm fucking, I'm being a bad father, I'm this, that, the other. But man, it's just like there needs to be a balance, and I'm still trying to find my balance within that.
I'm the same way because it's fucked up because we all could be in our own little bubble and be in our own little world, and we're not sharing in the one that we got. You know what I mean? The times of sitting down for dinner, and having a conversation, how our days went. You know what I mean? Is who has time for that? When does that happen? You know what I mean? At my level, I'm salary, so they pretty much own me. My phone stays on. I'm coming in different hours for work. The old lady, she got things to do. There's what's a reasonable time to eat? You know what I mean? We're cutting slowly. Those things are slipping away from us. But again, as long as we're aware of them, then we could try to fix it, I guess.
It's never too late, and I'll be transparent about my household. Like when the food is done and everybody gets their tray. They go to their own little thing, bro. Straight up.
Same thing happens in my house.
I got a 7-year-old that goes to her room, and we don't like them eating in the rooms because then the food ends up in the room, and it's a bigger mess to clean. But I can't remember the last time that I've had. I can, bro, but it's less than many, right? Of sitting at a dinner table and putting the devices up. Even my kids put it there, they shit their shit right there. And then I try to tell them something, and they at an age, I'm talking 7 and 8 years old, where they're like, what are you telling me? You're always on your phone. And I'm like, well, I'm working. It's just, at the end of the day, man, it's just, it's
times
tough,
have changed.
man.
Yeah, times have changed, but it seems, we try to keep that old school in the house a little bit as much as we can, but, it is what it is.
Absolutely. Hey, I want everybody to give it up for my G Puppet right here. This has been great, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey,
Drew. Big dog.
Yeah. Thank you, man. This has been a good podcast. This has been a great episode. And we will see you guys back in a few days, all right? We are gone. Let's go.
That's
well on.
Slim said I hit him one.